Hello, hello. Mic check. Give me 1 second. Let me get my charger. Get my charger. Why? Why? It's your girl, baby. It is the mule. Thank you so much for Yeti Black. Thank you, brother. Peace and blessings. Thank you. Y'all, I just feel like I got something I need to say. Want to get this shit off my chest because this is the second time I've been somewhere in someone's chat. And this shit is just childish at this point. So if I don't think exactly like you don't want people to come to your thing. Because I listen, I have unsubscribed, my dear. But let me just say this here. You guys are a bunch of weirdos. For real. This shit is just not normal. I am a fully grown woman. I don't have to answer to not one person on YouTube in this online imaginary world, right? I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. Hopefully we can share thoughts, we can learn from each other, we can have fun with each other. Crack jokes, have a positive thing, right? I am not on YouTube to go around hating. This YouTube shit is so toxic right now. And not just right now, it's been like this, right? But I choose what I try to intake. But you people are really upset with people because you see them in other people's chats on other people's panels. So now when they come to your shit, you want to question their loyalty. It's like I can't like you and somebody else. This shit is ridiculous. This shit is so elementary school, so high school. If you're gonna be her friend, you can't be my friend. You can't come over here if you're over there. What type of and this is a grown men. This is two different grown men with this bullshit mindset. This shit is it's little girls. This is not. I'm gonna say this is two grown males. These is adult males talking shit like this. I go to they little panel or they chat because I think they're kind of funny, right? And I've been, suspect thinking they closet widows for real. But if I had an inkling that they were closet weirdos, now today for sure, I know your ass is full blown weirdos. Because you're telling a grown woman what she can and can't go. A woman you've never met, you don't know me. What loyalty do I have? So if I'm somebody else's friend, I can't be your friend. You do know this is YouTube, right? You do know I've never met any of you. You do know you don't know my family. Do you know my husband? Do you know my parents? Um, I have met some very beautiful people on YouTube, and I'm gonna be honest. I got a kind of little family on YouTube, right? So if it was for one of them to ask me my opinion or my loyalty on something, it's different, right? But if it's somebody you pass by and you think, oh, funny guy, let me see, happen to see you live, right? So I was at work and I had a break and I'm just listening, you know, and I just had my earbud in. And so, I just spoke, hey, blah, blah, blah. But then I'm not on my phone because I'm actually still working on my little uh, hour, right? But this person keep questioning me. Who you supporting this and you supporting that? And then I need to know. I need to know. But then a colleague of mine is talking to me, so I can't really respond. And I'm like, I'm just like, I'm not gonna trip or worry about it. So when I get a moment, I go and type, well, why? Why do you need to know who I'm loyal to or something? I mean, I can't, I got a lot of kicking now. What is the hell going on with YouTube? These men really are so. I mean, this is really some incel type shit that's going on. Where these guys want to tell you who to be friends with. I'm telling you now, women, just y'all have to watch yourself. Years ago, I had wanted to buy a new car, right? And I was telling a coworker of mine, and so she told me about a guy who we work with. She was like, "Oh, he knows all the ins and outs about cars," but I never even mentioned it to him. She took it upon herself and went and told him the type of car that I wanted, right? And he was like, he came over one day, you know, and he goes, "Dad, don't get that because blah blah blah." And I said, "Well, I wanted to buy it new." "Oh no, would you want to trap yourself in that big car?" No, da da da. I said, well, and at the end of the day, I'm explaining all this shit, and I had to stop. I told him, I said, my husband, I have one. I mean, people really think they're familiar with you, and they don't know shit about you. Listen, don't get shit twisted here on YouTube. We're not friends. We can have our opinions. And if you don't want somebody in your chat or around you who likes somebody else, I'm cool with that. I have unsubscribed Negroes. But what I won't be getting bullied. I mean, you're upset that I don't want to say that I don't want to put somebody down for you. I have to pick and choose. If I don't choose you, you upset. Some bullshit. Give me 1 second, y'all. I have to. I'm trying to. I just got home, but I could not wait, y'all. I just had to get this shit off my chest. But I'm about to go into what this motherfucker told me, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, excuse me. But let me just say this here. Not everything needs for me to comment on, right? And not every question you ask me, if I don't feel like giving you an answer, I don't have to. You're not my damn mama. You're not my daddy. You are nothing to me. If you see me somewhere, you can choose to speak or don't. You understand? We get up on YouTube, and I have made the mistake too. Like, being in the clouds watching people and thinking, oh, this person's so funny, right? And you're like, oh, I know this person, they're so funny. And then you start hitting panels with them and they act shitty with you, right? So I've been through that before where you be like, well, damn, when I was in the clouds watching, I thought she was cool. I thought she was so funny, you know? And then you hit the panel with them and it's like, I don't know. I don't know what happened with it, right? But let me just say, y'all, this here. Today is what? September 8th, 2022. If you didn't know this, I'm gonna let you know this. The mule motherfucker is a fully grown woman. You ain't gonna tell me where to go, where not to go. I don't know if y'all Negroes on YouTube is delusional and think y'all people daddies. But let me tell you something. Y'all probably don't even know y'all daddy. I know mine. And nigga, you ain't about to play with me. Telling me don't be one place if this and look. Why, Sharice? What's up, girl? Oh, girl, Sharice. Girl, these people on YouTube really is trying to police women and tell you who you can and can't be friends with. Is this not some a bunch of bullshit? Girl, let me tell you something. My nerves were so bad. I was on my little planning time. Girl, when I tell you, I couldn't wait for the day to be over. Cause I'm like, I don't know who told these damn boys. I ain't gonna even call them motherfuckers men no more. Cause you're acting like you're still in school. Who told you, little boys, that you got the right to question a grown woman? See, this is a grown woman talking, little boy. I try to give you respect, but let me tell you, either I'm gonna call you a little boy or a fucking all-out weirdo. Because only a little boy or a weirdo don't know his goddamn place. I am not your child. You will not be questioning where I go, who I support, and all this his shit. If I don't want to comment on something, I don't fucking have to. You understand? And you're not gonna try to make me feel guilt in commenting or not. I will comment when the fuck I feel like it, and if I never comment on something, it's my prerogative. I don't know what's going on, but y'all need to get your shit together. Cause this here old high school, junior high, elementary type bullshit, I ain't never been fake. I ain't never been fake. And if I don't agree with somebody, it don't mean I can't be cool with them. You do not have to think and agree with every goddamn thing I say because I can be wrong. Do you understand? You do not have to like or agree with me on everything because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm more than sure I ain't gonna like it. Or I don't agree with my husband on every damn thing. I don't agree with my mom and my daddy or my sisters and brothers on every damn thing. Me and my son just had a whole argument over who going to the Super Bowl. Like we fucking psychic. We don't know. But guess what? He got his team, the Packers. I got the Saints. Okay, we gonna see. You're not gonna always agree with everybody, but you mean to tell me you can't fool with people? You so weak minded that you can't have a difference of opinion with some damn body and still be cool because you're not fully developed in the damn brain. Hey, Miss Keyshawn, why wisdom? Girl, I am so y'all. I really needed to rant because I don't know what's going on in these YouTube streets. Well, these I said I was gonna try not to cause myself to have no enemies, but y'all, I don't know what's going on with these Negroes where they really thinking that they're gonna fucking tell me I'm a overgrown. I ain't just fully grown, nigga. I'm overgrown. I'm been grown. I got a fucking grandson. You ain't gonna never think you gonna be able to tell me where I can and can't go. Oh, I gotta pledge my allegiance and I gotta curse this. Listen, you jealous little girl. Oh, girl, let me stop. I'm trying not to go all the way disrespectful, y'all. But I cannot believe these El Negroes want to really check where we go and who we support or who panel you gonna be on. And if you gonna be over there, you ain't nigga. You all you had to say that was once. Cause I'd rather be over there any day than with you. I only go by you just to give you a little support because I think you're kind of funny. But I've been had a feeling you was a weirdo, but today you confirmed you're a fucking weirdo. You think you know us? We're on YouTube. We don't know each other personally. We didn't grow up, nigga. I didn't shoot marbles or dice with you, okay? And I shoot both. Well, still shoot dice. You don't know me. You don't play pity pat with me. Me and you ain't never been partners in spades, nigga. I don't know what's going on. Where you would think that you would have the audacity to be like trying to check me on where I go. I can go anywhere. And I ain't got to be nowhere I ain't wanted. Why scam goofies? Well, y'all don't know. Look, I just don't even understand how you could put it in your freaking mouth to tell a grown person you need to condemn somebody. You shouldn't even go over there and don't go back. Don't you ever go. Don't you ever tell me where I can or can't go. Don't you ever think to be so bold or full of yourself. Now you can ask me if you was trying to give me some damn advice. That's one thing, but you're not gonna control me. No, I ain't swinging on nobody, but I mean, this shit got to stop. You know, this shit. I scam goofies. Let me tell you, they got men who really thinking they could tell you who you could be friends with now, who you could be cool with. I don't get that fake ass shit. This is like some sorority shit or some high school mean girl shit, and this is with men. This ain't with bitches. This is with men. No, 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 sir. I don't know you, little boy. You're gonna mind your manners. You're gonna stay in a child's motherfucking place. You cursing out a grown woman who's never cursed you out. You really feel like that made you a man to curse me out? You cursing out somebody you have never met. These are just the weirdest times, y'all. Let me tell you something. But I'd be damned if you try to wrinkle me into making comments that I ain't ready to make, or for me to go off on somebody who ain't never did me shit, nigga. That's what you're not gonna do. Yeah, these people pissing me off. And Sharice, have you made up your mind? Made up. Hey, yo, Sharice, have you made up your mind? Sharice, what you got to make up your mind? Hit the link, sis. Cause oh, Sharice, girl, y'all don't know. These people come up with some bullshit to get really mad. That's right. Sharice says scam. Yeah, and yeah, I'm probably not gonna go. I'm starting a successful business. Hey, laugh out loud. I toggle between decisions all the time. Me too, girl. Good decision. And let me tell you something, girl. Start several small businesses. I have a few small businesses, and shit, some of them only make a couple $1,000 a year. But guess what? They consistent. I don't make no whole lot of money, and I don't sound like I make no whole lot of money. But guess what? One of these little jobs, small business I start, is gonna be. Don't give up, y'all. People who want to do it, I say try, because you never know. We never gonna know unless we try. And it's nothing wrong with if I got my own little t-shirt company. I think I make like 6, 7,000 a year. I ain't never gonna be rich off of it, but it's a little lunch money. Shit. You know what, Sharice, mean? You might need to do a show on small businesses. Just the ones we've tried. But see, look, y'all ain't gonna even probably like my show because I'm gonna keep it real on the little bullshit money I make. But I will say this: if you have three, four, five of them small businesses and you making 3,000 a year consistent, because the t-shirt company, really, I got another company running that now. So I would make a lot more if I still did it myself, but it was so much time and energy. So I just outsourced that bullshit, but I still get a little revenue from it. That's right, Sharice. So small, and you never know. I'm telling you. Well, that's all I could do is start small. Shit, I ain't had no capital like that, but um, it's a bunch of little small things we can do to make that little extra hustle, that little extra income. I'm looking for something that I can do that won't require a whole lot of my time until I'm fully an entrepreneur. When I don't have, when I can quit my day job, you know, that's when I want to have something I can do full time. But for right now, I really. But anyway, girl, let me. I don't know. I guess I'm through with the little rant, but I just want these little boys to know you will not be bullying me. You will not be telling me where I can or cannot go. My daddy don't tell me where I can or cannot fucking go. How dare you? I mean, Sharice said, yes, I would be down for that. I need all the advice I can get. Girl, I don't know. We probably be sharing advice. I ain't gonna tell you because I can't tell you how to make a million because I ain't never made a million. But I can tell you my pitfalls and my little things I do. I can't share that with you. Sharice left her alone, same you. I invested what I had. Do you sell on Etsy? No, I really don't. I just sell to schools and Lily. Who did you go under to get the t-shirts? I'll have all that information when we do the show. I scam Goofy said much love to Keisha and Sharice. Yes, but yeah, I mean I just really feel like this here. We're all adults. I have content creators who get into it since really I've been on YouTube. And I try my best to stay out of all of these people beefs because these people been knowing each other for freaking years. And I'm new on this shit. And I don't like to just jump into people problems. You understand? I mean, even if I wanted to share a comment or two about something, I would never get too deep into it because these people have real history. This person did this shit last year, this person did this shit 2 years ago, and I just don't know. And I don't have time to be beefing with people like that. I really don't. And I just feel like it's horrible when, somebody is trying to condemn you or tell you where you should or shouldn't go. You ain't gonna tell me shit. What you're gonna do is make me go over there even more. So that's what you're gonna do. I mean, yeah, Keisha, I will tell you that because guess what? I'm gonna be honest with you. That's upstairs, and I'm just too lazy to run up there to get to get the information. But anywho, but anyway, I will make sure I give y'all get all of that, the correct names and everything, because it's real easy once you do it. It's real easy. But what y'all think? Do y'all feel like y'all grown? Do you feel like you're a child here on YouTube and you need content creators to give you permission to go here and there? Because I feel like this is any content creator who want to make me choose where I need to go, I don't need to be by your age. Because you feel like I don't have enough intelligence to, uh, I'm just not going. I'm not going for this childish shit. You're not going to tell me because you're mad with Kishon, I can't like Kishon. Nah, that's between y'all. Cause Sean ain't never did me nothing. So if you get mad when I scam goofies too, I'm supposed to be like, well, I rock with you, so I can't like them. No, that's not real life. Yeah, that shit would be real cool if we was in elementary, but we're not. And I'm not about to play with these little boys. And I mean, you try to respect these guys, and what they do, turn around and call you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I not one time cussed this guy. But it's almost like you should belittle them from jump. You know what I'm saying? Because they so disrespectful. They so full of hate. I don't know if these are just guys who just never could get women and they just hate women with a passion. Because I never meet these normal men in my normal life. They're just anxious to curse women out. Just cursing women out like it's nothing. Anyway, I know everybody's probably at work. I just got off. But I mean, no, I didn't even watch it. Girl, I slept. I was like so exhausted yesterday. I went to sleep early. I woke up around midnight, stayed up for about an hour, and went right back to sleep. So no, I was just really exhausted yesterday trying to get my self back into a regular schedule. So what it was about, Sharice? Come on up and talk to me about it. Y'all know I be late with stuff. I normally catch up on all of the stuff on the weekends. And a lot of the stuff I don't really be want to comment on because if I still haven't directly heard a lot of this stuff from directly from the people, the person who it was from, who it's about. So I'm not gonna just talk out my ass. I can give opinions on what I'm hearing other people say. True. But if I ain't heard you say, it's like the Tiffany Haddish Aries. I see everybody talking about it, how sick it was, but it wasn't until you put it into the back chat that I even saw part of that video. And girl, it was so sick. I only watched a few. Look, I got pissed, so I never even finished it because I don't like. I have to watch what I intake into my brain. You understand? And you have to guard your sanity. And I'm not about to let nobody on YouTube take me out of my damn sanity. I'm not about to sit up here and let y'all corrupt my brain, tell me who to like, what to think, where to go, what shoes to buy. Nah, I listen. I don't need a YouTube daddy. I don't need a YouTube mom. You ain't about to just run me like that. That's the problem here on YouTube. Everybody is a fucking monolith. These Negroes ain't got a brain. I will tell you who the new YouTube daddy is, y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all figure it out because there's this one guy who started saying this a couple of days ago. And now I'm seeing all the men, like the program robots, these niggas, ain't never had an original thought on their goddamn own. Starting to do the same shit this man done told him to do. Y'all, y'all can't think for yourself. You have to have a nigga telling y'all what to do. This some bullshit, man. But now y'all want to tell women, if you like her, you can't like me. If you like her, you can't like me. We can't be friends. We all can't be friends. And you think that's some manly shit? Man, I mean, what is going on in the world? Whole shit for real for men on YouTube is just at an all-time high. It's really some whole shit. I mean, and these dudes with pom pom chilling this shit on, it's just weird. It's weird and fucking weak. You want to tell people they got to be friends with you. Oh, girl, she drilled. Oh, girl. You know what? I got to see that. Damn. Why you don't send me that? But anyway, y'all, my plan was to go live a little later after I got situated here at home. But I mean, I just needed to get that shit off my chest because I don't know who these Bama's think they dealing with. But let me just be honest with you, I'm not the one. This Negro cursed me out, y'all. But as soon as he said, "Well, B, if you gonna fuck with her, you can't fuck with me," I said click, and then I went to my thing and I unsubscribed. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm subscribed to so many people that sometimes, I just be scrolling looking to see who live. I see the first person I see live, I just click on it. But let me see what they're talking about. That's it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And usually, just coming in, I just like to say hello to the content creator. Hello, just out of respect. How you doing? But I mean, Jesus. I mean, these YouTube streets ain't safe for a virgin young lady like such as myself. I'm gonna need an escort. I'm gonna need a I'm gonna need a strong man to be walking me around these YouTube streets. These niggas tripping. Y'all think y'all really gonna run me and tell me I can't be friends with a woman if I'm oh y'all that shit is sad, but that shit is it ain't funny because this is what he sounded like he thought he was sounding so tough. He said that shit with his chest, y'all. He said that shit with his chest. Say it with your chest. Bitch, if you can't be my friend, if you her friend. I'm like, if that ain't some whole shit, I don't know what whole shit is. If this ain't a bitch made ass comment, that's some kind. Y'all ever heard a grown man say something like that with all his chest? I was like weak. I'm like, wait, is is this a skit? And maybe this some perverted Tiffany Haddish Aries Spears kind of skit. Cause nigga, I know you don't think there's no part of manhood the way you talking. The way he was talking, I promise you, it was like two girls going at it. Really, just one girl trying to dominate another one. A mean girl. That's what the fuck I heard. A little mean bitch. And I mean, the psychosis is real. It's a one sided conversation that you having, yelling and screaming at somebody who not even responding back to you. And the more I didn't respond, y'all, the more he was going off. The shit was comedy central. You hear me? But you saying it with your chest, little boy. You saying it like we really was a friend, like we know each other. And you can't be around here. And you supporting shit over there. Hit the link, Miss Kishon. Hit the link. I'm gonna tell you when you come up here. But I mean, it's some weird shit going on YouTube, and I'm just not for it. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Whoever do hit the link, I don't want to have no conversation about other people's problems. And if we do, I don't want to name all of this to beef shit because you know what? The truth is that ain't got nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? But it's the other small content creators who want to pick sides, and then you want me to be on the side you pick. And I ain't trying to pick a side. That shit ain't my fight. Point blank fucking period. And I ain't gotta sit up here and tell you, um, I'ma stop fooling with this woman because of you. Man, get the fuck out of here. This some bullshit. I'm telling y'all. I don't know if we're gonna all agree to disagree or what, but I will tell you this. This some childish shit. You gonna hold me accountable. You don't know me, man. You gonna hold me accountable for what? To who? You gonna tell my daddy? You gonna tell my husband? You gonna tell my children on me? What make you think on YouTube you gonna hold me accountable? Who can you hold me accountable to? My new friends on YouTube? Now I don't have a problem with stating my opinions on any kind of shit. What's up, Mr. Kev? But I will tell you this here, ain't nobody gonna run me. And ain't nobody gonna tell me I gotta pick and choose a goddamn side. I'm me 100,000% of the time. And if y'all don't want people coming to y'all fucking bullshit ass platforms, y'all just need to make that statement. Cause guess what? I unsubscribe and fucking delete people all the time. And you ain't shit. You ain't shit to me, little boy. First of all, I go to your shit because I think you're funny. I think you're a loser, but you're a funny fucking loser. That's the truth. But I also just go just because like I said, nobody else wasn't really talking about nothing. I said, let me see, because I saw you was live, and I made a mistake and say hello. But you think that you got the right to check me? You're gonna hold me accountable, Negro? Man, oh, they damn man. Hey, Miss Kaja Malik. Hey, honey, hit the panel. Cause I'm being held accountable today, baby. I'm gonna have to be held accountable to imaginary motherfuckers I ain't never met. This nigga talked to me like I owed him money, y'all. How you doing, Miss
You
Keisha?
better pay him. You better pay him.
girl, girl, where they do this shit at? Where you question grown people at?
What happened, Mule? What happened?
It happened twice. So one panel, I'm gonna tell you about the I ain't gonna even say the one who didn't cuss me out, but this little boy, Books of Moses. He called me all kind of bitches today. Girl, for nothing.
Now, Mule, I know it's for nothing, but you got to do me a little better because I find it hard to believe that he see your name and just start cussing you.
Koja, I changed the name, okay? Okay. Koja, I don't know what's going on. Hmm. Are you on the panel, Koja? Mm, I did it. Okay, yeah. No, no, no. It wasn't like he just saw my name. No, no, no. I just said hello. And he went to asking me, do I still rock with Bob? Right? But I was at work and one of my colleagues had came in, and somebody came in and we was talking. So, of course I put my phone down. Shit.
Mhm.
And so when I go back, I had how you pause something so it pick up. But now I'm actually behind a string. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm like, the way you saying it, do I still fuck with Bomb? And he was like going in, cursing out and shit. Fuck that raggedy bitch. Da, da, da. And so I'm like, why you want to know? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Me saying hello to you, you gonna ask me about do I still fuck with somebody? You know what I'm saying? All I put was why you want to know. Oh, because I'm gonna hold you accountable. I said, you gonna hold who accountable? What the fuck? It's gonna tell me I gotta be real or fake, but he don't fuck with fake people. Girl, the shit is so delusional. What is I'm just gonna keep calling them. They can't be men. This some little girl shit, high school shit. How Miss Keisha on Koja? Didn't we do this shit, this mean girl shit in school?
Elementary, and
If
I
you
wasn't a
fool
mean
with
girl.
her, you can't play with me. If you you if you her friend, you can't be my friend. It's some bullshit. You gonna hold me accountable to who, sir?
Wow.
Who the fuck we know?
On
I,
in cyberspace, I think that's what I'm kind of like. This thing kind of baffles me. It's cyberspace. Like what? Like why would you make someone decide in cyberspace who you're going to align with? If I'm hearing you correctly, is that what he was saying?
girl, that's straight up what he was saying. So I took and I said, I don't got no comment. Girl, that motherfucker called me all kind of bitches. I just hear it. I didn't even hear the end. Because once he started calling me bitches, because bitch, you gonna choose today. I just click
Ooh,
click. Said, let me unsubscribe to this nigga.
Well, that's a trigger word. You know, that's a trigger word depending on who say it, girl. So
Exactly. Girl, I've been on
mm.
fire ever since. I even went in bomb chat. I said, I need the rent. But I ain't want to rant over there because they had it real peaceful and calm. I'm like, I need to go rant and say this here shit. Oh, the audacity that you think that you're going to tell me where to go and this, that, and other.
If that's not a patriarchal ideology coming from white supremacy, I know I keep harping on that, but our brothers are really clueless as to the fact that they are literally just trying to replace old massa and be our massa to dictate our bodies, what we do, what we say, how we do it, who we hang out with. Like, are you kidding me?
He
Why
was
can't
saying
women
some
be
of the
our own
most
leaders, yo?
ugliest stuff about this person who you don't even know personally. And that I met you, I subscribed to you because of her. I only saw him always on her panel, and I thought he was funny. So I subscribed to him. I subscribe to everybody, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you, girl. I gotta unsubscribe because some of these people platforms I am never go to. But you be hearing some of the stuff they say, and I'm always like, oh, let me see who that is. Oh, okay, they got a channel. Subscribe. So when I'm bored, I have free time. I scroll sometimes and just say who live,
Hmm.
just to occupy my little brain. Hey, Miss
Hmm.
Coach, you wanted to add something? Mm. But anyway, I just can't. I'm just to the point where Miss Kishon, I'm like, I can't believe these people today. They really think they have a right to tell grown, fully grown people. And I'm glad you said some male patriarchy. This is some bullshit that I believe only a man think that. Yeah, I might have pulled some shit like this in school. But as a grown woman, I have never told another woman, well, if you go over there by her, you can't play with me. Who does this shit?
Not when you're an adult, no one. Because as an adult, you realize everybody ain't gonna like you. You ain't gonna like everybody, and that's okay. You keep it moving. As an adult, see that's the key word right there. Apparently, these are like he's like a man child, and I said it because that's what it is. The behavior. He emotional, right? He's literally taking a scenario and trying to target and weaponize it to make whomever feel the way he wants them to feel. Again, if that's not a patriarchal white supremacist type of ideology, I don't know what is. And they claim that the white man don't have their mind. I'm not being funny, but those types of behaviors, Mule, what else could it be? Like real
I,
talk, what else could it be?
I don't know what it is, but I'm like, you know what? I ain't got time for this shit. I don't have time for nobody trying to check me on nothing. Whatever I'ma say. Whatever stance I'ma take, I'ma stand on. And if I don't feel like taking a stance, I just don't. It is just that simple.
And that's your stance. How about that? How about that? That's your stance. You ain't taking no stance. Hmm?
Exactly. And
Can you be allowed
you're
to
not
do
gonna
that?
bully me into the shit.
If
I
you don't get
mean,
bullied in your real life, in your real time, why in the heck, excuse me, why do people think that they can bully you in cyberspace? Like that still, it baffles me. Like they think they have that kind of control over other people on cyberspace.
girl, in cyberspace, baby. I don't know. But I mean, all I ask this bullshit ass nigga is, who you gonna hold accountable? Girl, he started calling me all kind of bitches.
Mm, mm-mm.
I'm like, you a weirdo, psychic, psycho mother. Girl, I was cussing this man. I'm so glad I had time to calm down because if y'all heard all the words that I was thinking to say to this dude right there, I'm like, ain't no way. You curse out a grown woman you ain't never seen, who don't owe you no money, who don't owe you no loyalty. I didn't birth you, nigga. And you mean to tell me you think you gonna hold my feet to some fire? What I owe you? I don't owe you shit.
And Mule, it seems like for them, accountability is a trigger word for them as well. Like, if anytime a black woman says anything about the black man holding themselves accountable and things of that nature, it gets them in some kind of frenzy. Like, it's crazy. That's not a real man. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but a real man can deal with being having a reproof, being able to have some constructive feedback. You understand? A man child cannot. And these people, these men, are people with penises and testicles. They are acting more like, again, boys, like men child children, right? They're not acting like alpha men, and yet they want to be treated as such. They
They're
expect
acting
us
like
to dismiss
freaking
it.
weirdos. You're not gonna
Yeah,
tell me who I can like. You're not gonna tell me where I can go. I can like multiple people who show me different sides of them at different damn times. You understand?
yeah,
You know, that's the problem with black people. Everybody gotta be on one damn accord. Let me tell you something. This shit can be so I feel like if you know what, shit is more complex. Everybody wants shit to be always black and white. Sometimes if you don't know the full ins and out of something, just best to just stay the fuck out of it. These people been knowing each other. What's up, Trinity Time Travel? Why? I don't know what's going on, Mr. Kev. I really wanted to hear your insight and Cozy insight. I don't know what's going on. But I don't know. Nobody should tell somebody where they should go, where they shouldn't go. Point blank period. Hey, Mr. Kev, what's going on? Your internet going up and down.
No, I got you now, man. I had to adjust my earbuds. I was
Oh,
on my
how you
earbuds, so I can
doing?
hear you. I can hear you now. I'm doing good, baby. Everything
You
fine.
coming up here to hold me accountable, Mr. Kev?
What am gonna look like holding you accountable for what? Oh.
This imaginary world that a man should tell me where I should and shouldn't go.
Yeah, these niggas be out of line on some shit though. They did me that. They were like, "Oh, you hang by." I'm like, "Nigga, nigga, what we playing? We in elementary? What kind of shit y'all niggas playing?" But you got to remember, Mule, they got a lot of incel dudes on YouTube. And some of these dudes preach different shit from different regions. They don't just come with the common basic respect. So I get called out on that too.
But who would tell you that? Let me see. I don't understand
Ah,
it.
the
Then, so
same type nigga.
I thought he was just telling me that because I was a woman. Okay, so but this is some childhood shit. This some I'm telling you. You're not gonna
Yeah,
tell me if I'm somebody's friend, man. You ain't cool no more. What that got
yeah,
to do
yeah.
with you?
I'm surprised Book said that. Like what you a grown ass, but you two a different world
Man, this shit
than what we
crazy.
used to. Yeah, that's not everyday life. Some of them dudes live in their own fucking fantasies.
So it's going around now that if you would like to be over at one place, you shouldn't be at somebody else's place. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, especially with us being over there by Bomb. I get it from the dudes all the time because Bomb get on the manosphere niggas' asses. And like who that was, Dave Johnson, the bad guy or the asshole or whatever. It was cool, just conversation. And so I get the dudes that try to check me from the manosphere. Like I'm not a grown ass man. I said, man, I'm not no follower, man. I don't know what you niggas got y'all inspiration from one nigga on YouTube to be for manhood and hold accountable for what? So they're trip with that shit.
Man, that shit was so weird. I mean, this man, all I said was hi. And then he went to asking me all these damn questions, but I couldn't really talk or nothing. So I paused it. Then when I come back, man, you handling the shit out of me off of somebody else beef. I can see if it was me and your beef.
Mm. But listen, I just wanted to check in with you. I'm in the chat. I'm gonna let you finish running your panel, man. I just wanted to tell you, look, Cantrell, right?
Hmm.
In the paper yesterday, and for y'all listening, Miss Cantrell is our mayor. You remember I said you got to watch him. She on her way out the door. They come up with a $500,000 a year budget. The city did for what they call they got like someone over control of the nightlife or the club scene in the city. five hundred
Uh-huh.
thousand dollars to go pay the director. Now you're not supposed to be have a conflict of interest. Guess who she had running as the director? The guy that
Who?
owned the Hollow and Wolf. The white dude that owned the Hollow and Wolf. What the hell we go give this man more money for? And now it's contracted. That's part of that's a city position now for five
What?
hundred thousand. You see, that's why I say you got to watch him with that. So now the ethics board's on her, and neither one of them will answer. She doing her thing. Well, look, I make decisions, and see that's why they go trying to they and see. Don't forget they was trying to rule with the city that the mayor can appoint who they want in certain positions. So they created a damn $500,000 new position in the city called a nightclub thing. I got a picture of it. I'm gonna have to send it to you in the back chat.
Yeah.
But you
But
got
you
to
know,
watch this.
all of them, and see, let me tell you, that's how they get their kickbacks. You see what I'm saying? They get their people in position.
Right. But see but you also still we already in a bad spot with the city. We can't get that 500,000 on the levy. We can't get that 500,000 on the pumps. And you created a new tax for it in the
And now
city.
every time it rains, the damn main wall flooding the main wall. They never used to flood it.
Right. Yeah. All uptown. All that still flooding. And we got a 500 now. This thinks you created a $500,000 budget for it. That's in the system now. That's part of our bill as a city, and
She better
he get
watch
paid
out. They're
for that.
gonna have her ass in the jail just sitting next to Negan.
Yeah, but see, this the thing. They know they can play with that with the city and state money. Nagin played with that federal money, and that's different. The feds hit Nagin. This here is just like unethical, but it's not a crime
Mm.
because the city hall passed it, and then she appointed who she wants. Like we needed that. Oh, why I got to go to this rich white? Why I got to go to somebody rich, wealthy, white, in an 80% black, 60% black city? It's always been that way. They sell out.
They
It could have
sell
went to
out.
something. Yeah, it could have went to something to the boys club. We still don't have a trade school, baby, in the city, but
We
we
don't
got
got
five
city
hundred
college
thousand.
no more.
They still got that. I'm talking about like for you remember they used to have like welding, carpentry. I think sitting there you can still go to. You still got Blue Clef, but you can go in Metairie for
Okay.
that. But stuff like that, you don't have that. Like you used to be able to
Mm.
go half the high school year, then go to a trade the second part of your junior senior year. They don't
Yeah.
have that no more. Yeah, they cut that out.
They
All right,
don't
though,
have
Bear.
Delgado.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't.
still a junior college. Yeah,
Oh,
they got
okay.
a junior college, but you remember they used to have auto mechanics. They don't have that no more.
Oh yeah, they been took that out when I was young. Yeah, they been
Right,
lost that.
right. For
All
me to get
right.
a CDL, I had to drive 45 minutes out to Hammond every day.
Mhm.
All right, but I'm holler at you. I'm listening to clouds. They great on finna doing your thing. Yeah, and one of these people gonna come up here and hold your ass accountable in a second, I'm sure.
Yeah, somebody gonna hold me accountable because I want to know which nigga on here is my paw because my paw show right here with me. I don't know. All right, thank you, girl. Yeah, but that was some good information. I don't know why, but New Orleans, girl, we always get the most corrupt damn politicians. They start off promising so good, and they always end up letting the people down. It's this shit just crazy.
Unfortunately, that's your history. Even going back to like the Reconstruction and all that stuff, where you all just like in South Carolina, y'all had some powerful black men that were actually breaking down walls. As you know your history, and instead of I think it was Grant at the time, instead of him coming down and protecting those brave men, they allowed the nationalists, the KKK to basically wipe them out. So it's like, unfortunately, because y'all are so rich in our culture,
Hmm.
they've been doing everything they could to whitewash y'all, and y'all keep multiplying. Y'all keep going around it some kind of way. You're making it work for you, and this, excuse my language, it's pissing them off. So they've been trying every kind of way to depopulate y'all, and y'all
Hell
find a
yeah,
way
and
to
it's
still keep
working
doing it.
though. Let me tell you, before Katrina, we was like a damn near 90% city, black city. 90%. You hear me? They used to tease it and call it chocolate city. Ray Nagin, went on
Mhm.
the news and said it's still gonna be a chocolate city. Right now it's 60% black people. Let me tell you, if we getting in 20 years, girl, when I tell you we went from 90 to 20% black.
Mm.
I mean,
Mm.
not from I'm sorry, from 90 to 60%.
Mm.
This shit, and I'm telling you, in the next 10 years, there might be 50%
Mm.
black people. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
because most of the people who get a degree, it's like you have to know somebody just to get a decent job. So a lot of people who do go to school, because we got all the schools there. We got Xavier, we got Loyola, we got Dillard, we got Suno, we got all these colleges there. So we get a lot of people that's professionals that actually want to stay. A lot of us go to school from home, and but you gotta move away just to make a decent life.
Yeah.
Because it don't matter about that degree, honey. It goes on who you know there.
Yeah, nepotism. Nepotism is strong down there. It's been strong for years, and that's like
Yeah,
in a lot of places. But in Louisiana, especially New Orleans, y'all are known. I hate to say it like that, but you're known kind of known for that. It's a who you
yeah,
know. It's not what you know. And what's crazy though is that when the black person gets something, gets an opportunity, it's like we forget that we
yeah.
have to pay it forward. In this case, pay it backwards. We have to go back and help those that don't have the resources or that person in there that's got their pinky toe in the dough. We gotta go and do that for them. And truthfully, that's not on the white man, that's on us. When we get there, for some reason or the other, we feel we have to assimilate to their greed and their corruption. And then for for the black people, it's like, oh well, you're just a sacrifice. And that's, I mean, honest, that's sad to me, especially with that with the brother, the mayor, that when all that stuff went down, I'm like, yo, if you don't do right, they gonna set him up. And I'd be dang on it if about 3 or 4 months after that, all that stuff came out with all the money and this, that, and the third. And I thought, didn't you look at Miriam Berry in Washington? Didn't you?
Hmm.
Joe Patrick, you know what I'm saying, up there in Detroit. I mean, not trying to be funny, but if you black, you can't afford to do none of that.
Baby,
Like
they
we,
act like they would never get caught up, but they
yeah,
get caught up all the time. And I
mm,
don't even understand how you don't see. But girl, they coming after American Trail. She better watch herself.
mm. She thinks she got somebody up there higher that's gonna look after her. I bet that's what it is, because that's what we think. Like a Tiger
And
Woods
you're
and all
right.
them
And
kind of
I,
people.
I really like that lady. And let me tell you something. I would say this last year or two, she when she came in, she was with all the black businesses and all the black people, right? But they always wiggle themselves to get to be around nothing but the white folks.
Mm,
And she has been uplifting and giving them all kind of shit. And this is historically what happens with our people. They never appreciate the people who really got them in there. They wind up looking at the kickbacks that they could get on their way out. And that's the people who they gonna stick with, honey.
that's sad, Mill. That's sad. And I'm serious. Like I get more disappointed with us when we have that opportunity, because there's not too many of us that get that opportunity. I mean, I expect that from the other people because they've shown that in their behaviors, right? But for us,
Hmm.
even though I know that's part of the culture that they're going into, the little Pollyanna in me wants to hope that they will be the ones that kind of bring in the multicultural leadership, right? That will give us the opportunity to have a voice at the table. And yet they totally ignore the fact that we have a voice or they have a voice. Now they're in the group think theory, that group think mentality, whatever they want them to think, that's what they're going to do. And like an overseer in a plantation, if you will. That it's like Uncle Ruckus. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not,
Hmm.
if anything, you're worse to me than the master is, because you look like me. You know what I've gone through. You know our struggle, and yet you gonna go along with what he telling you to do or she telling you to do. What? And they do, because you, like you said, their pockets are getting fatter.
You know, let me just say this here to get back to this here. I don't know how to say this here without, the reason why I don't really want to talk about this shit, because first of all, it infuriates me, right? What's going on? It's a very sensitive thing for me. I did not only didn't talk about it when the shit happened on for Bomb over there, right, on that platform. I didn't really want to keep talking about it over there. And just like I didn't want to talk about it when something came up on Sister George a few months ago. It's not that I'm scared to make a comment on something like this. It's just that I feel the subject is so sensitive and people on YouTube make jokes and light of serious shit all the time, hurtful shit. I don't want to get caught up and be triggered and have to really hate people because you know what I'm saying? Of something that's a very serious topic. And so I just choose until I think we're in a space where we can just have a free, open, real serious dialogue and be free to say shit without judgment, without people trying to condemn you. I don't know. Did you ever hear that comment that Sister George made?
No,
Okay. So, and I don't really want to repeat the shit because to
I
me,
sure wish you would because I ended up getting something from I think it's some kind of asshole person, but
hmm
it was some kind of clip that Sweet Life of Batari had put together, and
hmm
he was going in on her like he was really, oh man, he was going in on her. He was going in on her husband, some kind of Corley, I don't know, start with a C, Corleone, Coley, something like that.
yeah.
He was hot about whatever she said, and I didn't know how to get
And I'm
to
gonna
it.
be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was as well because this shit is very triggering.
Okay.
She made a comment about a 10-year-old girl on a school bus in the back of a school
Okay.
bus
I remember that. Oh, hold on. I
doing
remember that.
something to a 7-year-old boy, right?
Yeah,
And it was very triggering the way she was calling the little girl whores and
I
stuff,
remember
right?
that.
It was very triggering for on a lot of levels because first of all, the little boy, that's his first time, he's a victim now, right?
Right.
So he's been taken advantage of by a little older girl who is also still a child. I make no comment on it because it's just an unfortunate, horrible fucking act. It's horrible,
Mm,
right? You should not think shit like this is funny. You should not go around calling people, kids, whores, or giving them labels, right?
mm,
Yes, you can say one is older and should have known better and could say, yes, that person took advantage of a 7-year, right? Because she's 10. This same situation has come up again, and it's with somebody else. But now it's an 11-year-old boy on a 6-year-old child.
mm, mm.
And now you're demanding people hold this night. David Johnson, all these people, they was against Sister George when she said the little girl was this and that, right? Can you believe she called that little girl a whore? The little 10-year-old whole girl giving head on the back of, you see what I'm saying?
Mhm,
They thought, oh, that's absurd for you to label that little girl this. But now you're okay with labeling the little boy that.
mm,
You see what I'm saying?
mhm.
It's triggering to me for the victim, the younger one. And it's also triggering that you're trying to adultify a child.
Mhm.
Even though I hate and hate and hate that it even had to it happen. You understand?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter because you guys will never, not you, Kishon, But the YouTube space is not where this conversation really can be had, honestly.
Mhm.
Because, see, they looked at it different when it was a girl. See, even with boys, when they get molested by women, they think it's a fucking badge of honor.
Mhm.
They don't look at it as they got abused. You understand? A 12-year-old boy with an 18-year-old girl, he was abused. But you know what he'll say? Man, I was getting head from an 18-year-old. I'm a player. You understand?
Yeah.
But if you switch the sex, a 12-year-old girl with an 18-year-old boy, what we see? Huh?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I do. I do.
So anytime it's gonna be a boy, you're not gonna see him as a boy. You're gonna see him as a man. And my thing is the same way you guys were so upset that this lady was calling this 10-year-old girl out of her name and these little hoes giving head on the back of a school bus. You see what I'm saying? It was very triggering,
Yeah.
the words that were said, right? But we cannot feel that triggering when it's a boy.
Right.
Even though the whole thing make you sick to your stomach, regardless, right?
Mhm.
But all of it is it's just to me, it's not a YouTube fucking conversation.
Right.
It's not.
It's not.
Because I cried for the child. And I still can have a little empathy that God damn it, that little girl was still a little girl. Why where did she learn it? Why would she be doing that shit on the back of a school?
Exactly.
You can ask yourself 1,000 fucking questions about this. This is not something that I want to discuss on YouTube.
Right.
And for people to feel like they want to force people to pick and choose sides, the shit is just, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But
And you
you're
know
not ready for this conversation. This
what they
conversation happens for girls and boys, but it's just looked at different when it's a girl or a boy.
mm-hmm.
And that's just the truth.
And I'm gonna piggyback on that, and that I agree with you that cyberspace is not the safest, most effective place to share this because a lot of us are coming with our own baggage, and we are transferring that out, that energy and everything. Some of us, have had traumas and things like that, and instead of dealing with it, we lash out, and this is an avenue to do that. It's not good at all. I'm not condoning it. I'm simply saying it seems like that is what cyberspace is for a lot of people. And with something as delicate and as sensitive as that, it's like it's very challenging to be objective because based on your experiences or whatever, it kind of clouds the objectivity. And we're not seeing any of that. Why? Because we're in cyberspace, as opposed to if we were one on one or things like that, they would not say, even think about saying these types of things because it is a very sensitive subject. And a lot of us, we know someone, it has happened to us, whatever the case may be. So we would handle it more delicately if we were face to face, that type of thing, as opposed to cyberspace where we can just lash out because we couldn't make, some of us might not have been able to lash out when it was happening to us or someone that we
Exactly.
know.
And
So
when
that
you have
transferring
close
of that,
friends
that's a major thing that I
who
noticed that a
were
lot of people
victimized,
do on cyberspace. That has
but
just been,
listen,
my
let me just
observation of
say
the
this here.
behaviors and in what the responses are and things of that nature. Because I agree with you, in order for any child under about 12, like real talk, to do something like that, more often than not, it has been done because no child comes out of the womb doing that.
But let
And
me
if we
just
really
be
want to
honest
talk
with
about
you.
the subject, let's talk
Listen, I
about
have a
that. Let's
good
talk about
friend.
the lack of supervision or the supervision that was there and what these children might have been exposed to. And it became their norm. Because
Yes,
again, as children,
but
developmentally, they
Kishon,
are
can I
learning
just
from
speak?
the adults,
Can you hear me?
or in some cases, the older
Hello?
siblings, the older cousins, the neighbors, the this, that, and the third. But we're
Can
not
you hear
talking
me?
about that either. We
Hello?
just want to blame someone. We want to take this opportunity for whatever the past is as an adult, this, that, and the third in the cyberspace to weaponize this. So
Can y'all
I'm
hear
with you.
me?
It is a trigger for some of us who have experienced certain things or worked with those who have experienced certain things to have it be so just lackadaisical, just talking about how's the weather, and that's unacceptable. And I feel you with that, and you should be allowed to feel that way, which means you should be okay with remaining neutral. It should not be where because you remain neutral you're guilty or guilty by association. That's the part for black people we have to do better at, because that's what's been that has been what's being done to us for centuries. We don't have to turn around and do it to each other. Does that make sense what I'm
Can
saying?
you yes, can you hear me? Miss Keyshawn. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
I think I can.
Oh, okay. No, I just want to say this here. It's not even that I'm neutral, to be honest. I have very strong feelings on it. But I will tell you this here. I have very strong feelings on both sides. Since I've
Right.
been on YouTube, I have actually met a couple people who were victimized by older family members, right? One little girl who I call my YouTube daughter, right? She shared her story, and I mean, I actually cried. I don't even know if I ever shared that with her. I just was on mute. It just hurt my heart. And she told her family members or whatever, and they didn't do anything. And she's always felt betrayed by them, right? So you 5 or 6 and this happened, and it's an older cousin, and he's only like maybe 9 or 10 who does something to you, right? And you tell, and they brush it off, don't take no care. And now you're a young 20-year old, and you still got this shit in your head, right? So it's traumatized. You fucked up behind. So I have people's stories in my head, and I don't want to ever offend them, right? So I don't want to undermine what that child went through. But then I still feel like, am I supposed to throw away this 9 or 10-year-old that did that to you? I believe that I believe that that child should have got in trouble, should have got the ass. You should have known that your family had your back. They should have asked. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, that child has to have a chance to be redeemed, right? Because
Right.
at some time point, and I never told this to her because she never got any kind of backup or love or support from me. You know what I'm saying? So it just make me feel uncomfortable talking about the other side of it. But the truth is, no, I would not just throw that damn child away. That's just the real truth of it. I can condemn you. I can whip your ass. I can be mad. I can believe you need to be punished because I need this other child to be able to have some healing and knowing this shit was wrong. That person got in big trouble, and that's how you can heal from some things. You know what I'm saying? When you're done wrong, you want to be made right as much as you can, right? Be not shit swept under a rug or hidden because it's family, right? And I think coming out and saying this stuff, people feel like you're not taking account of what happened to me. And so that's my whole thing. That's why I never commented too much on that Sister George shit. That's why I don't want to comment on this shit. Because people need to know that who was the actual victim of it needs to know that, hey, you believe me, you support me, you're there for me, right? But a lot of times those kids don't get that support. It's swept under the damn rug. And I also don't want to be a damn woman going around calling little kids bitches and hoes. These little bitches are sucking dick on the back of a school bus. Who wants to do that? I'm not about to do this. Is that Little 10-year-old actually molesting a 7-year-old? Yes, she is. It's horrible. That shit is wrong. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and say it's not. But am I gonna throw that damn little girl away? No, I'm not. But it's a difference how they looking at it to me when it's a boy or a girl. They both should know better. I mean, at my age, I'm gonna be honest. I used to babysit. When I was 14, I knew right from wrong at that age, but I'm just not willing to throw nobody away at at such a young age, especially if they don't repeat and do the shit over and over again, or don't do it ever again in life. I just can't. In my heart, I can't. I would like to. I really would like to. But do I think it's fair or righteous? No, I don't. Because even if you're a religious person, the sins you don't even carry your own sins until you're 12. So how the hell I'm gonna give somebody a sin to carry the rest of their life under 12? It's just fucking ridiculous to me. And these people are supposed to be religious, God fearing people. I don't even have that religion in me no more. But I know more about y'all belief than y'all know. This David Johnson sitting up here saying all this. You don't even carry your own sins until you 12. And this boy was under 12. This girl was under 12. But they want you to fucking put sins, lifelong sins on children. Was the shit heinous or horrible? Yeah. But I'm not about to sit up here and do that, Kishan. I just can't. I just can't. Not in good conscience. Do I want to be like fuck them? Oh, you dirty, you wrong. Yes, but because of the age, I will not. And that's all I got to say about it. But I want somebody to come up who know that Bible. Y'all such holy rollers. Y'all Bible thumpers. But when it comes to all this here, y'all don't believe in that Bible. This is a get back. Y'all want to tear down people. You don't want to have a real conversation on shit that happens and hurts so much, so many of us in this community. Y'all ain't ready for that. It's just a hatred. I've been waiting for somebody to mention that in that Bible you don't even hold your own sins till you 12. That's your religious book. I'm sorry, Miss Kishon. I don't want to go on a religious thing, but God, I'm waiting for these people. These people keep talking about God, but you ain't even of God. You ain't even talking about his shit. It's like, what the fuck? Can you hear me, Miss Kishon? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Can somebody let me know if you can hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Or was I on mute the whole time? I don't know. Can somebody put a one if y'all can hear me? Shit, I put this thing back. I'm so aggravated. This whole thing is stressful. Oh, Keyshawn, so can you hear me now, Keyshawn? Can you hear me now? Put a one in the chat, guys, if you can hear me. Sharice, can you hear me now? Because I just put the earpiece back in. I see you put 1 1. Also, okay. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. So can somebody come up and just, if you think I'm wrong, listen, we grown. I can be wrong. I don't want nobody disliking me for my simple opinion. This is just the shit I believe, guys. That's it. I'm not a robot. I'm not programmed. I can learn. I can grow. I can be right. And I can listen. Or you can tell me your opinion and I can agree with you and still hold my own opinion. I'm not a robot. Some things is just deep in us to believe. And like I said, the reason why I don't be wanting to make too many strong statements on it is because I'm going to cry with the younger one first, right? I'm going to be there in my mind and my spirit with the younger one. But I am not going to sit up here and act like I'm going to just hate the older one. I'm just not. And that's just me. And I'm not sitting up here saying anybody have to agree with me. Nobody have to agree with me. But that is how I feel about it. Since they won't push the envelope and say what I really feel about some shit, that's how I feel. I feel like the younger one, oh yes, that was the ultimate victim because they were so young, right? They really got taken advantage of. But do I think that the 10-year-old girl was a victim too? Or the 11-year-old? Yes. I still believe. And like I said, that's where religion come into my thing. Well, I don't know, even though I say I'm not a I believe in so much spirituality, but coming up in these different religions, it still have a hold of me because I believe that in most religions that I followed, in Islam and in Christianity, you don't even hold your own stance until you're 12. In Judaism, you don't even. So how are y'all condemning children? That's what I want to know, Miss Keyshawn.
They're kind of acting like the Pharisees and the Sadducees, right? It's one of those. If we want to go with the Bible, we can take it there too, to where
Mhm.
they knew what the word was, but the word wasn't in them. And as Jesus, as he said, when they asked him, "Who are you?" If you knew my Father, you would know me, right? Apparently, they didn't know him. Therefore, they don't know truly what God is about and the goodness and the love and what that represents. And this cyberspace is just an extension of that. You're seeing who they really are and what their motivations are. And it's really about a lower carnal vibration. It is one that trying to get back, trying to weaponize, those types of division, envy, jealousy, uh, attacking, anger, all that judgment. That's what we're hearing, Mule. And honestly, where I'm hearing from you is, listen, it's not about judging any one or the other. There are so many nuances in the saying that even though I want to be 100% this, the reality is, again, for this to happen to this child and this child to do it to another child, something else had to have happened because they were both under 12. And
Bingo.
I'm
That's
and
my
I'm
thing. I
right. So
want to hate the other child. I want to be able to hate in my heart. I want to be able to hate because if you were a bigger person, I would definitely hate you. I would definitely say at 15 or 18, you were, a dirty individual. I could call you out. I could cuss you out with a clear conscience. But I cannot do that at that young of age. I will not do that. The Bible didn't do it. The Quran doesn't do it. But you want us to do it on YouTube? Y'all sick. And I'm not even in these religions no more. Shit. And these people keep talking about uh scriptures and all this shit, but you forget those scriptures? Oh my God. When I tell you they pick and choose what they want to believe, that damn David Johnson ain't never mentioned that a child cannot carry their own damn sins until they 12. In Judaism, a child don't even carry their own sins till they're 13. In Islam, it's 12. The
and
lowest age is 12. But y'all want to sit up here and condemn 10 and 11-year-olds? I just will not.
and let's piggyback on this religious thing because I think it was Paul, but I'm not sure. But I think it was Paul that said something like, "You teach a child the way that he should go, and when he gets older, he should not depart." That's an assumption that what is being taught in that home is of God and that is good. That they're getting that type of structure and what is righteous, the conviction, right? That's an assumption. That's what's going on in every home. But even going back to biblical times, something must have been going on for them to say, hey, at this particular time, okay, there's a child. Now, when he becomes an adult or older, now he needs to do what's right and what's righteous. So if we want to, if they want to talk about the Bible, we can do another story. And I think it was in the Old Testament where these older men raped this young girl, and it was something about they had spoiled her. And I want to say the story was basically they chopped this child up and 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 put her different places. And I can't explain why. I don't know why that messed me up, but that was also in the Bible. So it's like you cannot pick and choose what works for you with the argument that you have. If you're going to be in this thing, in that Bible, then be in that Bible. And that means you can't be lying. That means you can't be cheating. That means you can't be committing adultery. And adultery in the biblical terms is even the thoughts of it. You're supposed to pluck your eye out. I'm just saying if they really want to go there, mule, but they don't want to go there unless it's convenient for them. And then they
They
wonder
really
why we
don't,
don't listen. And then they wonder why we don't listen to them.
because they're a bunch of all fucking hypocrites. That's why
There
I
you go.
wouldn't listen to none of them. But they have these women that get in these chats, and when they're downing you and calling you all kind of bitches, they're cheering them on. And it is the sickest shit. You women are supposed to, let me tell you something. We are the mothers of the earth. Ain't no man been born on this earth, not even Jesus, not Mohammed, not Buddha, other than coming through the womb of a woman. And we lower ourselves when we pretend, play like we're dumb blind. We gotta follow the shit that's insanity that we know is a lie. You know, and
Mm,
that nobody shouldn't be telling nobody where they should or shouldn't go on no damn YouTube. No man should be trying to hold some strange woman that he don't know accountable on no damn YouTube. But yet you women with shitty still or disgusting as rude men who will never respect you. You would cheer them on while they disrespect me. But later on you just waiting for them to disrespect you as well.
right.
I've never did this man nothing. I've introduced myself to this guy as his sister, as my brother, a younger brother, because I know I'm way older than him. But you mean to tell me you will sit up here and curse me out because you want to know where I stand? Or you want to tell me I shouldn't be over at some place? Who the fuck is you to tell me where I should go? Who
Mm,
are you? The girl, the sheer audacity of that shit
mhm,
had me on fire.
mhm. Girl,
If I saw you as somebody, I call them my YouTube sisters, Miss Keyshawn, and they go in people chats, and I like this guy Tommy and all that. And sometimes I go over there when I'm bored, and I just look, and I see them making their comments. I laugh, but when we get back together on, fairground, I call it, we might laugh or joke about it, be like, girl, I saw you over there. You was hilarious. But I don't judge them or hate them because they had Tommy Sotomayor and all these other weird ass dudes. I don't do that. I'm not, oh my God, you was over there. You shouldn't be here if you're going to be over. No, they grown.
right.
People are fucking grown. You can like who you like. You can, I mean, it's just the weirdness. These guys really and truly, like Mr. Kevin, they fucking incels. For you to think that you got the right to tell a grown, extra grown woman where she should and shouldn't go, you crazy.
You know, are they gonna find you and put you in timeout? I mean, what's the what's the what they gonna do? What they gonna do? Put you on punishment? Take the phone away? What? Take your laptop away? I mean, you know what I'm laughing, but it's like it's ridiculous. It's
It is,
ridiculous.
you're going to hold me accountable. You're going to hold me accountable to who, sir? Who am I supposed to be accountable to on YouTube?
Mm,
Because if I truly told you what I thought, you would really really probably have a problem with me because at the end of the day, it's so complex. It's just like with the sister George shit. Yeah, I can see that the 7-year-old boy was victimized, but I can also feel empathy as what the hell is. See, I don't know. In my age, let me be honest with you. Even after I got married, women, listen. Before the 90s, women was not out here trying to suck nobody's thing. That just shit was unheard of. It was actually some shit where you was gonna fight if somebody said that shit. Nobody, so for you to sit up here and say that shit was like blew my mind. But it also made me feel like, well, where the hell she got that from?
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's
You
it.
understand? Now, do I feel bad? Yes. Do I feel like that 7-year-old boy was molested? Yes, he was. And
Mm-hmm.
am I pissed that she took advantage? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I am. I'm up pissed off with her ass.
That's right.
But I cannot throw a damn child 10-year-old girl away. It'd be like, oh, she a hoe. She up here sucking dick on the back of a scuba. I'm never going. I don't want to. Oh, it sickens my stomach to hear those words
Mm-hmm.
about a
Coming from
little
a woman
girl.
too. Look, honestly, coming from a woman is even worse.
Girl,
Because
that
we get
shit
that
sick
from
in my
men.
stomach. But
Yeah.
the reason why I made a little comment that it was unfortunate and it was a ugly thing for both. And that's what I feel for this situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate, it's horrible for both. I just can't comprehend this shit. That's it. Am I gonna cry with the younger one the most? Yes. But I
Mm-hmm.
also am curious to know what the hell happened to the other one.
There you go.
So because I don't jump ship and hops and skip and sing a song to your beat, I'm not a good person no more. Y'all weird. Y'all fucking weird, man. And all these religious people could kiss my fucking ass. That's why I don't do religion. I promise you. And no disrespect to nobody who follow religion. The shit that they follow, they pick and choose this shit. If you're not responsible for your own damn sin to a certain age, how the hell you holding 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds up? You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But
Yeah.
you want to hold me accountable? Nigga, I'm grown. And guess what? It baffles me. It baffles me. Let me tell you, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so sick of all these YouTube people who parents taught them right from wrong, and they walked the straight and narrow, and they did everything perfect because my parents taught me right from. My parents was good parents. They taught me right from wrong. Did me and my sisters and brothers get into some dumb stuff? Yes, we did. Did we not always listen? We did not. Did we sneak off and do the wrong thing? We did. So I don't understand this YouTube shit where everybody grew up perfect. I don't get it.
Because they didn't. Because we didn't. Mule, we didn't. We didn't. And that's the thing. This is the opportunity for us to point the finger at other people, rather than taking the opportunity to do the SOUL work within ourselves and really wonder why this is such a trigger to us. Do that work as opposed to deflecting, or not deflecting, kind of projecting that into the scenario that honestly had nothing directly to do with them, but indirectly could have triggered something that maybe we have forgotten, or display, or the brain does that kind of stuff, right? It does kind of hide the trauma, and sometimes we forget the trauma until we get a little older, and then we run across something like this. It triggers us, and some of us may not know why. So we lash out. No excuses. I'm not giving an excuse. I'm simply saying that sometimes happens. And we can take this time to kind of figure out, why is this affecting me and affecting me so much? Because I don't know neither one of them. And work on us, right? Work on us. Take this as a teachable moment for some of us who have children, to make sure they're supervised. And if they are with a loved one or whatever the case may be, make sure that they still will be supervised, right? And know who you are, and I mean, the people are that's going to be interacting with your children. That type of thing, we can take what unfortunately happened to them and learn from it so that we can decrease that really the opportunity for that to happen. And that's just my, my take on, again, turning these lemons into some type of lemonade if we're willing to work on that, going that route as opposed to continuing to demonize and weaponize and ostracize and alienate and dictate, instead of doing all of those negative lower vibrational responses. I don't know. I'm new to these YouTube streets for the most part, so I'm still, again, hoping about some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I am, even though I've been cussed out a couple times for no reason. I'm just, I don't
No, I completely agree with you because you really don't want to have, you don't really want to hear people real thoughts about stuff because they real thoughts might not be your thoughts, so it is not correct. So the way I'm thinking, if it's not exactly in tune to what you feel like I should be thinking, then I'm a mammy and I'm a mule, right? But you're not being fair because, like I said, you can call me out on this shit, but why these men didn't call me out for Sister George? I had one woman try to call me out for Sister George. I talked to her about it and we let it go, and so I didn't have to really go into detail. But now, shit, the cat out the bag. I tell you how I really felt about it, right? I just said everything I'm gonna say on this situation about both situations, right? About the rule situation and about the sister. I I I just hate it. I just hate it. But it's a real thing that happens, man.
know. Hmm.
And just these YouTube streets is just not some shit that should be discussing. That's just it. Because people don't really give a shit about these kids. They really don't. They're trying to win a subject or argument. And I ain't got time for this shit.
Right.
I don't know none of these motherfuckers. I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you nothing. I don't know you, and you ain't gonna tell me where I can and can't go.
Mm.
Point blank, fucking period. Y'all pick and choose what you gonna believe. Listen, you're not gonna tell me nothing that's no funky ass. Oh Lord, I don't want to knock this damn religion, but if I told you about your Hebrew like Israelite religion, nigga, I could teach you about being an Israelite. You can't tell me shit about your fake ass, phony ass religion. Okay? But I'm not gonna go there today. Oh Lord. Hey, Sister Incognito.
Hey, Mew. How you
calm,
doing?
calm it down, sis. Calm it down. Sister Kishan, this is my lovely, lovely sister, Sister Incognito.
Yes,
Hi,
I have
Miss.
seen. Hi, Keyshawn. How are you? I've
How
seen
are
her
you,
in other
Miss
chats.
Keyshawn? Nice to hear you again.
You too. You too. I'm. I'm so glad y'all having this discussion. I ain't gonna whip it up again because I know Mew, you sound exhausted with the whole topic. You know what
Girl,
I'm
cause
saying?
I really, you know what, Sister Kishan don't cuss, girl. And y'all know I could be a sailor. And I mean, this man had me
Me
so
too.
mad. He had me so upset, y'all. I'm like, where you think? And for you to cuss me out like that, and I never said a cuss word to you.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
so infuriating. I'm so sick of this trying to give respect to
Wait a minute.
people.
Who cursed at you? Because I came in at the end of y'all's topic.
It's a guy named Books. You probably ain't never heard of him, and I
Oh,
hope you
okay,
never
yeah.
heard of him.
I haven't heard of him. I, I
But
I
girl,
thought you was talking about that other one with the initials DJ, honey. He's something else.
yes, him too.
Him too, girl. So if he anything like
Oh,
that one, I don't want to talk to him.
but they all following him, and it's just craziness right about now. Y'all
Yes.
gonna sit up here and really try to dictate to well people can go? I thought they was only doing the shit to women, girl. But a guy, Mr. Kev, came up. He said it chucked him on it. So maybe
Oh
they're doing it to everybody, girl. I thought it was. I thought these niggas
no,
was really
no,
at the women throat.
no.
Shit.
And let me
What?
tell you. Oh, Keyshawn, if you go ahead if you need to say something, dear. I'm sorry.
No, that was Mule. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay. Um, Koja, if you still in the chat, I am applauding you. And she knows or should know what I'm applauding her for. But baby,
Wait,
she called it.
tell us, baby, tell us.
Uh,
Yeah, I love
she
Cordial. Tell me.
I love Koja. Koja called out one person who needed to be called out. And I let me tell you, she did it so
Who was it?
professionally. You know, I because I don't want to bring no smoke to your channel. The unicorn, I'll say that. The unicorn. You know who
Yeah,
that is?
I don't because I'm new to these spaces, so I have no idea. But I'll just follow along.
Okay, the
Yeah, I
unicorn.
just
The unicorn. You know who I'm talking about, Mew?
yes.
Okay, and I'll put it in the private chat for you, Keyshawn.
Thank you,
But
Negro.
baby, she said what she said, and um, uh, one other thing, that particular person was streaming someone else's live, and I wish our friend Lilith's Revenge would come over here because
Uh,
let me tell you why. Because she saw me in the chat. That person was streaming another person's stream, and she saw
uh-huh.
me in the chat, and she
Mhm.
said, "Oh, not incognito." And you know, we all good friends. We meet up on the argument channel. We just a family over there. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to explain to her, this is what I need them to understand. They may like certain people, but I left certain people for a certain reason. And I feel like the very thing that you just complained about or that you just brought out is the same thing that goes on over there. At any opportunity that this person gets to call a woman a B or an H, he uses it. Oh, but I'm not talking about y'all. But every opportunity that he gets to call a woman a whore or a slut, he does it.
Mm.
So how can I be mad at the DJs and the Red Supremes and the uh, other manosphere men if I'm gonna sub under a man that does the exact same thing? And no, sir, you are not a unicorn. You are not. And so I just wanted, not that I owe her any explanation, but because I feel like we are all a little family of ladies and we enjoy each other's company and we respect each other. I want to explain to them why I'm not over there anymore.
Mm.
But I can be in someone else's chat that they consider not a friend.
Mm.
Because that was the problem I had there in the first place, where you policing the chat in everybody else's rooms and everybody else's lives. Don't police me. And what did we say, Miss Keyshawn? Who paid this Verizon bill? Who paid? Because
And
all
look,
I see is
Cherie
coming
said,
out of my
yes,
bank
we
account.
sisters.
I
That's
love it.
right, honey. We sisters. And you know what? This is my thing. I don't ever wanna offend because we have a small tight group, y'all. And we, I respect I really, really hold you, Sister Incognito, to a high, high level of respect. You, Tequila, MJ, Sharice, when even if you guys disagree with me, just tell me you disagree with me. Because guess what? I can take it from somebody who not one-sided,
Mm.
who can
Exactly.
tell me, okay, we looking okay, well, I don't really feel this on this issue. Okay, I don't feel that issue. It's cool.
Mm.
That's the thing. Because we can't let me tell you, I would feel like we were being fake with each other if we had to agree with every damn thing. Girl, I got
Absolutely.
blood sisters and we be arguing over shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. We argue over what don't look as good and what oh girl, them shoes ugly, girl. I like these shoes. You know how y'all sit up here and want us to all follow, and it's cool because that person might be good on one thing, right? And we
Right.
all agree and like this person on this. But then they say something else and we don't like that.
And,
Why can't you just be honest and be like, I don't agree with that?
yes. Just, and as much as they talk about an echo chamber, I feel like that's what that space has become. Because now I see it, now I see it's even the even our chat friends that start to troll other people that they see in someone else's chat. I may enjoy, I don't know the background beef between these different content creators. I, I'm learning it because as I'm over there, I'm seeing this person come over there and troll, and but I don't like that when you stream a chat and then we got mutual friends, and then they not really. I don't feel like I need to explain myself, but I need to explain myself.
But
Right.
and be honest though, this is the problem what I feel about content creators worrying about the chat. Let me be honest with you. Sometimes we in the chat be having our own private discussions in the damn chat.
Yeah.
Like if especially if I ain't seen somebody for a while, sometimes I'll be like, girl, I ain't seen you since I might not say the other place name, but they'll catch the hint and they'll be like, yeah, I didn't like this. And I'll be like, well, why you ain't like what she said? Oh, because of blah, blah, blah. It ain't even some shit that y'all might have that topic on right now. You understand? But
Right.
you in a damn panel, you shouldn't be worried about the damn chat all the time.
Thank
Right.
you.
Shit, that
Right.
might not even have something to do with you. And that's a big thing with me with the content creators. Yes, I do read my chat. I'm gonna be honest with you because I'm not a big enough thing to not, you know what I'm saying? But if I
Right,
had
right.
a thousand people on a damn chat, I would not, because they be having friends in the chat and they sometimes the chat not even about you. I mean, what is you worried about what
Mhm.
the chat saying?
Mhm.
And when
Yes.
I come to support your ass, I come to support you. So why would you get
Exactly.
mad with me for being over there and I'm over here too?
Right, because you have beef with somebody, and I could have subbed to this person long before I even knew about the beef. So
Exactly.
don't be calling folks ops and all of this, because I like different content. I don't just
Yes.
go to one person's content. I visit a lot of people. Y'all got me started going over to Bombs, and I thoroughly enjoyed Bombs Sunday 6 hour live. I think it was Sunday.
Yeah, it'd be
No,
funny.
no, that
And
wasn't Bombs. That was that person. I'm not getting in his business. I'm keeping my hands off of that. But it was his live because I wanted to hear what everything was going on. But I'm done with it. I'm leaving
and
it
see,
alone.
I missed all of that. And let me tell you
Oh,
something
girl,
else.
you
The
need to go
reason
hear it, baby. It's classic.
let me tell you why I really didn't want to comment on that roof shit. I'm gonna be honest, cause I've been hearing it, but I've been hearing it all secondhand. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I got the gist of it from everybody, right? But
Right.
I keep hearing it. I've never heard his because he deleted his live. What I learned from Bomb Channel, he took it down.
Okay.
So everything I've really been getting is bits and pieces of what everybody else was saying. So for this here Negroes to want to call people out, that's some bullshit.
Mm.
Yeah, and that to me too, because I heard, and this is some guy. This is a guy that I don't really agree with all the time. I see him in a lot of people's chat, but I respect his point of view. Like he said, this thing has been. I'm not sympathizing, but this thing has already been tried by the courts of law. Now, how you feel about it is how you feel about it, but everybody, condemning and damning people, and you know, I'm not, I'm not gonna. This person hasn't done anything to me. This person hasn't done anything to my children. Uh, I'm leaving it there. He's been tried in front of the court of law, Harris County courthouse. What do I have to say any further? They don't care about me speaking on any other trial. So my thing is this. I mean, he did what he did, and that's that. That's my opinion on it. I'm done with it. However Harris County decided to deal with it, that's how they decide to deal with it. But all this back and forth about it and over again and over again, it is ridiculous. It's becoming ridiculous. And it's not that I'm not sympathetic to children. I will go to bat for anybody's child. I'm not gonna stand. Ain't no way some grown person, not even a older child, can sit up in front of me and do something harmful to a child, and I'm not gonna intervene. But I can't say nothing about said case. Right? I just leave it alone. Just let it be. It's a sensitive subject. We all have our feelings about it, but just let it be. But I mean, they are. If there was a cross to be nailed and he was to be nailed on it, he's been nailed, honey.
I believe they were. I don't know. I mean, I don't know this brother like that. I don't. I'm just going by
Me
the
neither.
incognito, and it just seemed like they have been like busting at the chops to find
Yes.
something on this dude to get back at him. And like I said, I'm new to this particular sector. My thing is politics and like Queen Amadaya and Dr. Saram Mumbi Saraki and stuff like that. And I just really got on this about maybe six plus months ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And what I've even heard on the channel, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, because of how his persona came to me, that's what led me to Bomb Cherry's channel, because I'm like, I'm not hearing what this person's saying. I can go anywhere on this damn cyberspace and be okay. So what is she talking about this person? And this other person,
Hmm.
so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Taurus. I went on over there and I'm like, what is she talking? These people ain't nothing wrong with they joke around and stuff like that. This is a family. Like what if what anyway, and so that got me onto Bomb. And needless to say, I no longer, mess with that particular channel because that's messy. You understand? That's
Yeah.
messy. And I would hear the brother come on sometimes, and based on what I'd heard, the first two times that I heard his voice, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was ready. I was like, okay, get prepared because this is what she's talking about. When I heard, I was like, yo, he just barks because that's his tone. But what? I mean, he a couple times, yes, he did go off on people. I'm not gonna lie, that's what he do. And yet, the ones that he considers family, he's very protected. So I'm like, in my head, I'm
Hmm.
thinking, what is this? What was this woman talking about? Oh, she got some issues. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, it was that she had some issues. Whatever. I believe some sexual kind of tension because she probably wanted him too. With that being said, he he did not come across as a what took place, right?
Right.
And yes, there was, because I'm empathetic. I mean, I'm one of those empaths. There was a hurt that I felt when he would speak sometimes, like an anger, like a displaced anger
Uh-huh.
from
Uh-huh.
from
You
a
can. You
childhood
can pick
trauma.
it up. You sure can.
And because that's my field, and I was a hurt child myself, I can pick up on that, right? And so with that, I began to not just listen to him with my ears, but hear him in my heart and my spirit. And I heard a few conversations that he even had on the channel there that said, yeah, Nate said something like, "Do you think you may need to see someone?" Blah blah blah. He was like, "You know what? Yeah, I'm really gonna look into that." Da 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 da. Like it really had him thinking. Like even before all this went down, like it did, right?
Hmm.
And let the truth be told, though, I have heard him go in, and boy, when he
Hmm.
goes in, boy, does he go in. So for me, when this thing came out, it was like this is a reason to attack him in his personality.
Oh, you went out, Sister Keyshawn. Can y'all
Yeah.
hear me?
I can hear you, Mule. I think Keyshawn went out.
Yeah, you went out, Keyshawn. But no, my thing is, this is the thing. I learned about a lot of people from over there, right? And like I
Uh-huh.
said, I just subscribe, and then I'll check it out when I see people alive. I don't know every single comment that these people make, and that's just the truth. I don't understand why I should be held accountable for what the hell you saying,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Yeah.
just how I feel. because
That's the
I
problem. That's the problem in this space. If you associate somebody not knowing, just like we don't know, I don't know the people that I work with personally. I don't know them personally. I only know what they tell me, what's surface. But
exactly.
so
So if you go somewhere and they seem cool on this stream, right? And you go ahead and sub and hey, blah blah blah. But you don't catch every damn episode. You don't know every damn thing. And the
exactly.
reason why I have a fear of keep commenting on other people's problems, some of this stuff when I do hear details, it be like 3 years ago. Oh, this happened two
Yeah,
years
I'm
ago. Girl,
2018 and I don't even remember what the hell happened to me. If it wasn't significant, I don't remember it. I don't know what the hell you
and
talking about.
that's why I be like, "Ooh, let me not comment so much because I don't know. I don't know about all the way back. Now, if you tell me some shit that happened last week and I was there, oh, this is what happened.
Hmm.
Or you had tell me something that happened 4 months ago. Okay, this is where I feel. But if it's too deep and too many years ago, I don't like commenting on the people's shit. That's between
Exactly.
y'all. That ain't really got
Exactly.
nothing to do with
It's
me.
with me.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I said I don't want to. I didn't want to, because when I saw the panel come across my notifications, and because I think it was a screenshot of the panel of people, and when I saw the screen, I was like, "Oh, this gonna be a good one. Let me listen." And it was a very good stream, but actually, the stream ended up being deflected and derailed because, which you know what, which I think was good because people really need to leave it. Get off of that. Get off of
Right.
that. Leave it alone. If there's extra counseling and healing that needs to be done, then I would encourage them to please go get it. Please
Right.
go get it.
Right.
But leave the
Wait,
subject
sister incognito. Let me tell you who I was talking about earlier. MF. You know who I'm talking about? MF.
MF.
Moon.
Oh, I got you,
So
got you,
a
got you.
situation kind of like that happened. And when I tell you, when I first heard it, that she's the first person I thought of. And
Mm,
I was just so upset by it. And I was so outraged by it. So when I first was hearing the little glimpses of it, because like I said, I tried to listen to the screen, but he took it down, right?
mm,
And so I only kept hearing what other people were saying, what he talked about, right?
mm.
And then I heard him buy a bomb, but now he's like really not giving too much insight about it. I guess he feel like shit. I talked about it. I'm not about to do it.
Right. I think he needs to shut up about it. I wouldn't answer another question about it if I was him. I wouldn't answer another question.
But the
Not
gist of what
one.
I get is what happened, and basically he was 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the
11 or
child was,
12.
and I, girl, that was the first. She was the person who stuck in my mind, and so of course I'm feeling like how she would feel, like, and then I really remember her people didn't have her fucking back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You tell
Yeah.
somebody this shit happened, and heaven and earth ain't been moved, and you not feeling like they got your back and they didn't do nothing. That's how I felt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with this here, this person family got their back and had it, and now I still have the same thing. I want protection for that little kid, but I also still gotta kind of feel like, do I want to throw a little kid away?
Right.
Was I
Right.
perfect at that age? It's the same with the Sister George shit. What she talking about little girls giving head to 7-year-olds on the back of a school bus.
Girl.
Do I want to throw that little
Go ahead.
girl away? No.
Yeah.
Do I
Go
feel
ahead.
bad for the little boy? Yes. I feel horrible that anybody get touched, that anybody get any M words or anything.
Right.
It's a horrible fucking situation, both all the way around. The shit is horrible. And
You
these old weirdo ass people act like if you feel any kind of empathy or sympathy for either for
for
the
either
wrong
child.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm not the weirdo. You the weirdo. You the weirdo that want to adultify these damn babies. I'm not about to adultify neither group.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is one more wrong? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, one is more wrong. One is wrong. Well, one is not wrong at all. Put it like that.
Right.
Let's clarify
Yeah.
it. One is not
Right.
wrong at all, and one is damn dead wrong. But how much wrong can I give to a child that's under 12? And that's just
Exactly.
point blank, period.
Point blank. And all I had to say about it is because I have a 12-year old. You know, I have a 12-year-old stepson, and I talk to him about these things because he's in middle school, and this is where they really start to maybe they might like the girls, maybe they still want to fight them. But what I do talk to him about is if somebody says no, that's where it ends.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it ends. That's it, and that's all. If somebody says stop, that's it. That's all, sir. So I'm drilling these things into him because I don't want him, because you can get those kind of charges really for anything. You can get if you I mean
True.
kissing a teacher on the cheek,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't ask you, or you I mean, just being in any way of any kind of any inappropriate touching that's people that's not your family, you can be
Let me
accused of
tell you
that.
There was
something.
a little black boy that
Wait,
was like
let me just
5
say
years
this here.
old.
My oldest son, when he was in kindergarten, yeah, he was 5. He
Mm-hmm.
had to use the bathroom. He kept telling the teacher he had to go. He had to go. He had to go. She said, "No, we just went. You're not going." He had to go. He had to go. About an hour later, he couldn't hold it no more. He said, "Hey, Mama, I felt like I was gonna bust." She had these big plans in her classroom. I blame my husband. I really still blame my husband. Because when we used to be outside at parks, he would tell him, "You can go by this tree," right? This boy whipped his stuff out and went and peed in a damn this lady plant, a big
Hey,
plant.
hey, I ain't mad at that
Do
baby.
you
Go ahead.
I'm
know
not
when
either.
I went to school, they was telling me he exposed himself. They basically was trying to say he exposed himself in front of the classroom and
Yep.
Mm,
peed in front that in that pot. And I said, I don't think my son was trying to expose himself. He was trying to relieve himself.
that's it.
Hmm.
And they were trying to really make it seem like he was exposing himself. I checked that shit so quick, but yeah, he could have got in trouble if he didn't have a smart mama.
Uh-huh.
But at
It
Hmm.
the
was.
end of
It
the
was.
day, I squashed all of that, and it never was anything. Never came of it. But let me tell you something. There are people who are trying to really predatorize you kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes, they
learned
are.
that way
They
back
are.
then. This was 20 something years ago. And I learned that. So we have to really watch our kids and we have
Hmm.
to have their backs. We have to say, no. And I asked my baby, I said, well, why did you do that? He was like, because I kept saying I had to go and I didn't want to pee on myself.
Exactly. Then that's more embarrassment.
I'm like,
He
oh, I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm not punishing you for
So
that
I'm not
shit.
punishing him for that. I would not. I would not punish him for that.
If
And no,
anything,
you are
I would
not
have
going to
got in
say
that
he
teacher.
exposed himself. You
Right.
forced him into that situation.
That's it.
The teacher forced that situation.
And I'm proud of you for not going in on that teacher,
And
Mule.
exactly.
Well, when we had the little meeting, I wasn't planning on it, but I had no idea until the meeting that they were saying he exposed himself. When I started hearing those words and I started feeling like on a grander, a bigger situation, oh, I went in. My
Good.
Yeah,
husband would say he was with me. He was like, calm down. No, you're not gonna use that word exposed.
That's right.
exactly. Exactly.
You're not about to use that word. He didn't expose himself in front of any kids. He relieved himself. That's
Yes.
what you're gonna say. Yeah, that's what the
Hmm.
hell I made sure got said. Now you want to say he relieved himself? Okay, I can go with that.
Right.
But you're not about to say
Yeah,
he exposed himself like a predator. No, 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 no.
Cause
And he
that
was
sound like
fine.
he just. That sound like everybody was just sitting down, listening to the teacher. He just gonna get up and just drop his drawers and show everybody his thing. That's what that
Thank,
sounds
Exactly.
like.
You
thank you.
gotta
And
watch the
that's an
words.
exposure. That's an
Right.
exposure.
That's
You
an
gotta watch
exposure.
the words these people try to pin on your kids. Oh hell
Label. Try
no.
to
Hmm.
label your kid. That's what it is labeling.
I mean, nothing like that ever happened, again, and he's 28 now. But I'm just saying, that was the
Right.
one experience I had, but I had to watch those people words. You have to pay attention to words.
Hmm. And then I do know, I do know that a lot of these women, there are a lot of women, because I've heard that person has said some pretty foul things. I didn't witness it, but I've heard that they said some pretty foul things. But as women, what we have to realize is when men's mouths start getting too fresh, we
Hmm.
have to start checking that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I,
Yep.
I don't let men talk under my clothes.
Yep.
I've never liked that when even as young boys, I've never liked anybody talking under my clothes. And so I feel
Hmm.
like a lot of women on here get on get on panels with these men, and then they get to talking about too much, and talking under folks' clothes, and I know we all adults, but there should be a line of respect.
And drop down,
And
because
yeah,
that part of the conversation does not concern you. So that's how I feel.
exactly, exactly.
I
It-
dropped my own self down so many times.
right, because you don't want to be a part of that. And if the problem in this space is everybody's, they all want this. I got you. Let me dig you. Let me dox you. I got you. Let me dig. I got you. You know, it's not. I don't care what nobody say on here, especially on this sector. And Kashan,
Girl, let me tell you, if they
this
ever
sector is
try
what
to
I'm talking
dox
about.
me, I'm going to deny, deny, deny. I ain't said that. I
I
ain't said
thank you.
that.
Like my
Fuck
daddy
all
said, did you
y'all.
touch my hat? Did you touch my hat? It wasn't
It
me, God
wasn't
damn it.
me. It
And that's
wasn't
what it
me.
is. It wasn't
Because
me.
guess what? I don't care if they got me on camera. It wasn't me. You got me
It
on
wasn't
video
me.
saying it. It wasn't me. Because guess what? Listen, I have learned so much, honestly, from YouTube. I'm gonna be real with you. I
Uh-huh.
learned things. I can grow. I can change my opinion that I had before. Cause Sean, we was just talking about dreadlocks, right? I
Mm-hmm.
call them dread. She said that she came in the chat. She
Yeah, I
said
heard
call them
that.
locks.
Call
You
them
understand?
locks. Yeah.
I never in
I
my
had never
life
heard that
heard
either.
that.
I had neither.
But
I had never
once
heard that
she
till she
broke
said
the
it.
damn dread part down, it touched my spirit. It meant something to me now. Like, damn,
Yeah.
I never thought about the word dread in front of it. Really, at first when she put it, I'm thinking Dred Scott. For real. I don't know why my
I
mind went
love it.
there.
Aren't you a
Yeah, my
teacher
mind
though? So yeah.
yeah, my mind went straight to Dred Scott. But then when she broke it down, it had nothing to do with him. But she was going with the definition of dread, right? So I thought about it. I was like, why would that be something to dread? Your own natural hair. So when she put it in that European stance, it meant something different. Even though
Mm-hmm.
I never heard of it and I never took offense to it, guess what? It means something now. It's more weight, it's more valuable. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time we can learn things from other fucking people if we just are open. We can be more open to
To, okay, well, let me ask Kaishan a question about that. So dreadlocks, is it spelled? Because I think I've been misspelling it then. Because I've always thought it was, now I don't know, it's DRED or DREAD.
That's what we did too. We because again
Okay, I missed that part. I
no, no, no.
missed it.
I'm saying no, no, no. You're
Oh,
right. I'm saying
okay.
that's what we as a natural melanated community did with our locks. Instead of we doing the Euro DREAD, we went
Hmm.
RED,
Okay. Okay.
and we also did LOC. That's kind of where that came from, because again, those dreads and the locks, the way that the Euros kind of put it and tried to demonize that, right? It was a bad thing. You're locked down.
Oh,
You're
okay.
dreadful, right? So what we did, because we just ingenious like that, we just creative like that, we switched
Yeah.
it for ours to be DREDLOC. That's why you'll sometimes see that as well. Now, me
Okay.
myself, you all, I am just happy within myself. I don't really care about labels or anything like that, Mule. And it's just because your platform is safe that I just wanted to share some things that I've heard other people in my community explain it to me, because I didn't know initially either. I was just excited that my hair decided to start locking itself. So
Hmm.
I started learning from locticians and different people, and they broke it down to me, and I was like, you know what, that totally makes sense. Another time that the patriarch is trying to take our stuff and make it like it's a bad thing just because they can't do
Yeah,
it. Because really, they
yeah,
can't do it. Their hair is too straight. It doesn't lock. They don't have that ability unless they have the
right.
falling drunk and things like that. So heaven forbid us as melanated people have something that what they can't do.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Okay, okay. That
Does it,
I'm
I hope I
because that was
answered you.
you like you said. This is what this space should be about. Like
Mhm.
learning different things. Like if you had a stream on locking and the root of the word, why we don't say dreadlocks anymore, why we just say locks.
Mhm.
That's informative.
Mhm.
Those the kinds, like you said, Mew was saying, those things are informative. You know, um, but Kashawn, honey, to come over here, I didn't know that. Now I'm hearing this is not even beef tube. I'm hearing there's a whole other section of
Oh
beef tube.
yes, Olivia the Oracle. She is in that beef sector, and
Oh, okay,
correct.
okay.
And she just happened, like I did. Well, hers, she's been over here a lot longer than I have, but I heard her mention that on a stream, and she mentioned those people like the I ain't gonna say the name wrong. I'm gonna mess it up. But those types of people, that's the beef sector. And
Oh, that's another beef sector. Okay,
yes, I
okay.
don't, I think this, I thought this was more of the black sector. I thought that this was considered, and Mule, you can help me with this because I'm trying to understand myself. But this is definitely not the beef sector. And that's what, when Miss Olivia came over here a couple of times about a few months ago, and that's when I heard her as well. And she went on to let somebody know in that on Bomb's channel, like, you lucky you're not over here where I'm usually at the beef sector because I will be in your so that
See,
let me
and yeah, well, see, the only reason Kashawn, the only reason I thought we was already in the beef sector is because everybody over here got beef.
that, me too. Incognito,
Everybody
we
over
on the
here got
same
beef.
page,
Girl, who
girl.
you selling? It's
We
like
on the
crazy.
same page,
Is
girl. I give me some popcorn and a beer, and I go one of these lives, and girl,
And
who
let
needs
me tell
TV?
you, that's I actually, because I like to hear. Sometimes I sit in the men's spaces. Let me tell you where I go. And he's blocked me now, so I can't troll anymore. I'm blocked by two of the Manosphere guys, Red Supreme and Dennis Spurlin. But I just like to go over there and just listen to the foolishness because I crack up. Because I find them
I
hilarious.
do it too. I do it
I
too
find them
sometimes. It's like a
hilarious. But
guilty pleasure. I be like, these
it's a
niggas is
guilty pleasure that I have to listen to the
mm,
stupidity.
Yeah, I remember
So
being on in one of the, I think it's the Red Supreme. Is he light skinned with locks?
yes,
Okay.
girl.
I went on
Mm,
his channel because he actually, the little thing had something interesting. I can't remember what it was, but I went over there like, huh, I think this is what the people be talking about. I think he part of this ministry. Let me go find out. So they were actually talking about a law that was, and I'm all about that kind of stuff that we don't know about. That I think the
mhm.
dude calling in talking about the law that they don't have to have a search warrant anymore. They can just really come into your house, and a lot of us don't know about that. So I'm like, wow, these brothers is talking some good stuff. So here I am,
Right.
agreeing with what the person's saying, and apparently one of them females that's over there that had a wrench. I think, I don't know what she thought that I was trying to say or who I was coming from. She assumed that I was what you call an incel, one of them people
Yes.
that,
Yes.
and she is, I mean, going in on me, and I'm saying, yo, you don't know me. Look at the rest of my chat. Like, I'm trying to explain to her, look at the stuff. What the hell are you talking, girl? After that, I was like, you know what? I can't fool with these people no more because they
Yeah. Yeah.
you go get on this channel and cuss them all out, and that's not what I'm about. You understand?
Exactly.
So I feel you with
Exactly.
that. I feel you with that. And when I
Yeah.
saw
I
those,
just
mm-hmm,
I I go to the Manosphere just to listen. Bernard Riley, Dennis Spurling. I quit trolling them, but before I stopped trolling, I got blocked by those two. But that, I mean, it's fine. I still go over there and listen to the ridiculousness of it all because it's no other word for it other than buffoonery.
yeah.
It's just I find it hilarious. I'm like
And you
these
repeat the
dudes
same things over and over again. Do you
over
notice
and
that?
over.
Kind of like Umar
Oh my
Johnson
goodness.
and those other people that they say it 3 or 4 times so that if, and they learned that from the effective It's like the effectiveness of speaking or something like that, or
You know,
convincing
what
somebody.
Dr. Umar does, repeats things three
Yeah,
times. Yes.
yeah. And Red Supreme was doing the same thing, ma'am. And the thing about it is that he wasn't talking about nothing.
He wasn't, and Red Supreme is a very unlearned person. I can tell just in his speech. He's a person, and I don't mind saying his name because I will give him the smoke. I will give him. He's from that pimp hoe culture,
Yeah.
you know, back in the 1980s, I guess 70s, 80s of California. We as young people, when I was younger, growing up in Dallas, people from California that we knew acted just like him. They act
Hmm.
just like him. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, he is truly a Cali dude because this is what they do. They sound the same. They just he just very unlearned. They're just very, to me, I'ma just say it, they just very ghetto.
Yeah.
They just very ghetto to me. So but I just like to go over there and listen. And I really like to listen, to be honest with you, to Bernard Riley's channel, even because I like his tone, the way he keeps the tone of his he's not a loud guy. But I just listen to, because he has all the manosphere over there and all the foolishness goes on. But they're not loud about it. They just talking in normal tones because it's mainly a lot of men together talking. So
I'm gonna check him out. I just wrote that name down because
yeah,
that
but
that
Nor
that one
Riley,
that.
check him out. I mean, I wouldn't sub to him, but I stay
Mhm.
in the clouds when I'm over there. But he has, I mean, I listen to him just to hear what's their next topic, which is always about you old, you old modern women and y'all's jobs and y'all degrees, So
Okay.
I just want to say, hey, Empress Kaya and Sharice. You saying that you don't like Rule and he's disrespectful and a degenerate and you don't put nothing past him. You don't have to like him, sis. You still could come on up. You ain't gotta like no damn body.
that's
Let me tell you something. We are women, honey. This is
yes.
a safe sister space, especially for you, Sharice. You already should know. So
And
you,
let me tell you something, Sharice. He in the same city as me. We
hmm,
both in Houston. And if I saw that man in public, I wouldn't say one word. Trust me, I would walk right on by him. I would
yeah, I'm
walk right
not
on by
saying you.
like I ain't never
Look,
seen his face in my
yeah,
life.
you ain't got to never feel like that, baby. Never. If it's between me and you, I'ma choose you, nigga.
Sharice, he ain't no doctor. You know what? I kept wondering why Cynthia
Sharice,
G.
I
Sharice,
want her to tell me about what happened with Cynthia G and Dr. Umar.
girl.
I want her to come
Okay,
up.
okay. Here's my thing with calling people doctors, because I feel
Wait,
like if
hold
they
on.
have, okay,
Incognito, is he not a doctor? He not
Sharice
really a
said
doctor?
he is not a doctor, and I kept wondering why Cynthia. Because to me,
Oh,
even if you don't like a person, I'm going to give you your credentials, because a doctorate is hard to achieve. So if he's not I'm not going to keep saying Dr. Umar. But I noticed Cynthia wasn't giving him that title last night. She just kept calling him Umar, and I was like, well, if the brother is a real doctor, give him his credentials. But she would not refer to him as Dr. Umar. She kept
I won't
calling
either.
him Umar.
I won't either. And he's in my
oh,
field,
I'm
psychology. I
gonna
have a
have to go
master's.
back and watch that.
I
Damn.
The thing
Did you
about
watch it,
him.
Kaishon?
No, and I'm going to, because I just saw it in the chat about that. Because here's the thing with him, and I have a, and when I get famous too, and we talk about it behind closed doors, because we're not going to do it on cyberspace. I would really like to talk to this brother, because the thing about it in psychology, and that's my thing too, he he has utilized what we have learned training wise to manipulate for his
Mm,
selfishness, and that's unacceptable for me and to me, because
yeah.
psychology and working with people, that's an honor. Everybody
Hmm.
can do it. There's a vulnerability and there's a trust and a rapport that's established between participant and psychologist, therapist, counselor, whatever the title is that you have under psychology. And with him, he has lost sight. when you have over $1 million that has been given to you within a decade, more than that, because you started in 2007, 8,
Oh yeah.
and I have actually followed some of that as well to look at the documentation, and you have a decrepit, hole in the wall type of building that you had to, purchase three, maybe 2.5 years ago, because if you didn't, you would have to give some of that money back. And then you get angry when those donors are asking you, well, what's going on? How can we help? And then you have donors that are professional and are willing to give you their work for free, and you still don't want to allow them to do that because you don't want them into your finances. Brother, they're not your finances, it's the people's finances, or that's what you keep telling them. And so I'm hoping that Cynthia put his ass, excuse my language, in check, because the college that he kept talking about, St. Paul's College, back in the day, I was doing my research because I want to do something similar to what he's talking about, and to find out that maybe 4 years ago that campus was sold to some Chinese people. Now, St. Paul College was a black college,
Okay.
right? And it was sold to some Asian people maybe 4 or 5 years ago. That's an
Hmm.
insult. That's disgusting. That's ridiculous, right? So with him, I
Yes.
would not call him a doctor. Now, what his credentials are, listen to what he's saying and how he says it, because he's saying that he got his doctorate from a, uh, it's not a homeopathic type of deal, but yes, it was kind of like a homeopathic type of regimen, a holistic type of psychology thing that he did, right? And what that means is he can he's not supposed to be going in, like he can't basically control a school. He can't be the president or the principal of the school without having some credentials behind him, unless it's private, and that's why he's doing it private. I don't knock him for doing it, but he's trying to get more money from our people. And with all due respect, he can't be mad when people are asking him about it and cussing them out and saying they ain't no good and they coons and they this and they that. That's where I he has, ethic wise, you all, he's not showing it. He's more of a hindrance to our people. He's doing nothing different than a nationalist would, a white nationalist. They take our money and they don't give us anything in return, and they expect our loyalty year in and year out. And that's what he's gotten for over a decade. So I'm going to listen to it because I know she called him on some stuff, and I hope she did. And again, with Cynthia, there are some things that I don't necessarily agree with her on. However, when it comes to this stuff, I know she read it fulfilled in a professional way. I know she did. I hope she did. As a sister, I'm sure she did, because she could go head to head with him on the psychology part, and she does not have a doctorate or that he claims to have, or a master's, right? So I'm looking forward to hearing it. Umar needs to either put up or shut up. And the people, here's the thing where I'm going to say, for the people, y'all, that's on us, because after 3, 4, 5 years, and we're not seeing any result, and we're still feeding you money, we're wanting to feel good. We're not wanting any results. And for black people, we have to stop that. We have to stop that. We have to hold ourselves accountable to tell whomever our leaders or our proclaimed leaders are, you need to show us some stuff. And we're not doing that. So part of me, I'm not happy with him, because you can do better. For much is given, much is required, you all. But the way how easy this money has been given to him, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? He is lost. And I pray for him. And he's also one of those that's a broken child. So again, I have empathy for him, you all, and I still pray that he will come back and reconnect to his spirit man, because the brother had a vision. Let me put it out here. The brother had a great vision. And it was only for him to do it the way that it has been designed for him to do it. I believe that. Even still, even though his behaviors don't show that, I know he has it in him, because everybody don't wake up and decide, I want to start a school for black boys. Everybody don't got that, y'all. He does. And I pray that he deals with his inner demons, like we all have to do our soul work, like we all have to. And he can come back bigger, better, stronger, wiser than ever. But right now, we need to not give him no more money. And I mean it like that, no more money. Does that make sense what I'm saying to y'all? I went out again. I'm sorry. Hello? Who just Sharice, who
No,
posted
you
that?
didn't. You didn't go out. You didn't go out. I was listening. I was agreeing with your sister. Can you hear me?
I can now. I can now.
Yeah. No, you didn't go out. I was agreeing with you, but yeah. I mean, I felt like he had a. Oh my God. Yeah, I donated twice to that school,
Yeah.
and I am not in one person who is gonna sue him ever. Or, but I mean, I am very disappointed because I donated to that school. My oldest son was, I think, in the sixth grade. And I mean, he's 28 now. That's how long ago it's been.
Hmm.
So, I
But do
mean,
you hear that though? Now, Mill, here's the thing for us as black people though. If it had been anyone else that maybe looked different, would we have just continued to give money for almost 2 decades? Because you're not the only one, and there's still people donating. And let me tell you, I was on this. I think it was Night and Day Network because I like them too. And he showed something from Umar or something like that. And I went on. I did like a paragraph. I'm not gonna lie to y'all because it's very it's that's near and dear to me. And I was simply sharing the information like I've shared with you all. And this brother, I think he was African, and he was accusing me of attacking Umar. And I said, did you not read the whole dissertation that I just did? Read it again. Like, and I laughed, like, why would I why would you say that? And he came back and said, it's not a laughing matter. Are you a Christian? I thought, and I said, you know what, we're not gonna have this conversation because you don't want to look at the facts of what is going on. You'd rather stick with emotion. And that's what Umar wants, so he can continue to get money from you all. Good luck to you, peace to you. And I meant that because what that told me is that it doesn't matter if the evidence is showing that people have, and I've seen it, like Lennon Honor, that's how I got connected to him because I couldn't understand why this brother was dogging another brother who was trying to build a school. So I'm really coming in like trying to defend Umar, like what? And he a psychologist, what? The brother did showed all the documentations from the schools and the GoFundMe and the taxes that he still owes and he shouldn't have to owe that. Yo, he broke it down in the dollars and
yo,
cents, y'all.
let it honor is almost kryptonite.
Yeah, yes. That crush game, man. And they come with the realness though, and they come with the facts, and that's where as black people we have to stop being so emotional about these things because that's what they some of people like a Umar and that person that she put in the back there, they feed off of emotion. So what they do is like the energy, whatever sounds good that comes out of their mouth that sticks to us, they continue to bring that to us so we can continue to give them money. It's jacked up. It's a grifter. It's the that mentality, and that's where it hurts me when they look like me that they're doing this. Because here's the thing with Umar: if he had done what he said he was going to do, and I said this on DDS channel as well, because he's always talking about women. I'm talking bringing it back about black men who are in power. Him and Boyce Watkins, who is his person. I'm saying to him about Umar, if he had done what he said he was going to do by the time this pandemic happened, all he had to do was just simply put everything online, and our children would not have missed a beat. If anything, we would have become more advanced because they were trying to figure out what to do. What I mean they, I mean the others. We would have already been like a Q butter. We would have already been on our grind by ourselves. They just all he had to do was just take it online, and honestly, he would have gotten more money. He would have actually got more money doing it that way. But no, he's trying to get the instant gratification. I'm just saying we got to think outside the box, and we have to hold the people that are doing these things accountable. And in love, you ain't got to be cussing nobody out. And he don't, and we don't have to accept him cussing us out when we ask, "Where's the building? How's it going? When is the school gonna open?" Because you've been telling us the school gonna open since 2000, I think 13, something like that. Here we are about to be another next year to be 10 more years. I'm just saying.
Listen, I found Leonard Honor a couple years ago, and guess what? It was the best thing. I gave up all hope. Like I said, I would never be one of those people trying to sue him and all of that shit. But at least I know not to donate or anything else because it's just too much. I donated to the dream, to the vision. He
But you know,
did buy a building, right?
did you
He
see
did
that
buy,
building?
yes. When I
Was it-
saw it, it looked it nice, but it didn't have the yeah, it it had yeah, the buildings that he bought wasn't even old buildings. He
Yes, they
didn't
are.
buy
Mhm.
no. You think so?
They had mold all. I think his name was Monty Wood something. He because this is how long I've been following Umar because again it's near and dear to me. This brother went and to the Delaware in Delaware, went to Delaware, and he did a tour of the buildings. There was it looked like it would have been like not a trap house. What is it called? Like a squatter house, but it was a building. There was mold everywhere. The ceiling part of the roof part was coming down. The mold was coming up and down the walls. You go inside. That's why that gym is not open because he's always talking about his flooding, and he shows you just certain pieces of that school because he took the time to clean out that part of the school to show the audience so he can get more money. So I mean, I don't know which ones you saw, and I'm not saying that to be funny because he 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 will put he put on a show. I don't know how else way to try to be nice. He might have showed you that one room that they fixed up so they can film in there and things of that nature. But overall, you wouldn't want to send your child there. And then it's in a like I hate to say a crack type neighborhood, but yes, it's in a really impoverished neighborhood to boot, and that's why he got it so cheap. And see, that's what I'm saying. With all due respect to him, he can't keep thinking that he's gonna get away with this because we may not hold them accountable, but somebody else has been looking at that up above. However you want, wherever y'all want to say he is or they are or whatever, he can't keep thinking that this kind of behavior is okay, and setting especially single black mothers who are having trouble, boys in particular, up for the okey doke. That's where I just it hurts me. It angers me because those some of those mothers I've worked with them. They are they're at their wits end. They just want so much for their baby. And then you have this black man that sounds and he is an intelligent brother. He has the gift of gab. And he says a couple words, you know what I'm saying? Prison of pipeline, some things like that. And it's like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, my baby did have the EIP. Yeah, that was wrong. Yeah, they did. I'm gonna follow him. And then they go and tell their friend, that other single mother, and then that single mother go tell their single mother. You see what I'm saying? And that's where it's to me. It's a cancer. It's a freaking cancer to the rebuilding of our children, our community, because our children are truly our future. And he knows this. Like he knows this. He didn't start off like this. I don't know him from Adam Hascat, but I just want to believe you all that he didn't start off like this. When he started seeing how the money was rolling in, oh man, he started seeing dollar signs, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, we gonna get it done, but let me get some more of this money. Oh, they want me to go over to Africa. Let me get some more money. So I go, oh, okay, they want me to go here. Let me get some money. And he just started living the life, if you will, and forgot what his vision was designed to be, just by his behaviors. I'm just looking at his behaviors, you all, and the lack of the end result. He should be at least 7 years into his school by now, at least. And you had
Or he bit off way more than his ass could chew.
he didn't want to he did not want to give
Cause he didn't
anyone
want shit like a cute butter.
right.
He wanted something different.
But here's the thing, though. Do you remember him being on Lord Jamar's
Yep.
podcast?
Mm,
You remember
yep.
what Lord Jamar was offering him?
Yeah.
And do you remember how disrespectful and dismissive Umar was to him?
Yes, ma'am.
And so even if you've watched some of Lennon's lives, when he is shown where the people have, like professional people have agreed to work with his web design and things of that nature, and he ignores them. You have another brother that was a electrical person that he had gotten with his company to allow him and about 3 or 4 other brothers to use that as their partnership, their community partnership, that they could go and install that stuff for him.
Hmm.
Omar said, "I'm gonna get back to you." Never did.
For the HVAC, yeah.
And he's still talking about this HVAC. And some of us are like, okay, then you need some more
And
money.
then
Okay,
he
then.
want all these people to volunteer like they don't have to pay the employees. Them HVAC companies are not you know well off $1 million companies. Those black owned ones, they have
Mhm.
employees that they have to still pay.
Mule, there was a sister a few years back that her uncle, I think it was her uncle literally had land, like had land. They offered it to Umar, offered it that he
Hmm.
could build there. He chose not to. Why? Because that meant that they would be in his quote unquote business. And if you don't have anything to hide, then and you believe that it's a community based
I
project,
remember they were trying to do like a 50-year contract with him for $1 a year.
there you go. You remember?
I
And so
remember that.
I did my research too. I wouldn't just talk no crazy, and especially about a brother.
Mhm.
But
I could not even believe that he turned that shit down.
mhm, mhm,
You gonna let me stay here legally under contract for 50 years for $1 a year?
right, right, girl, right. That hurt my heart because all I need is about
Cause
two.
I was like, damn, 50 years?
Mhm.
you at 50 years you should have at least started making some type of a profit. That's how I looked
I agree.
at
Mule,
it. You know?
and I'm still believing this. I'm still believing that I will be blessed, that I will be able to start this for ex offenders, that transitional housing, if you will, like a middle college
Hmm.
for ex
Hmm.
offenders, non-aggressive, non-violent, those who have got a dime bag or something like that and got 5 years for no reason, that kind of stuff, where they can come into our campus and not just learn the education or vocation, but application, like know who they are and where they came from, right? Forget about
Yeah.
what you've been taught. And also the nutrition, having a horticulturalist be on site so that some of our kids can learn how to do that. Shoot, a lot of them be smoking weed. Why not, since it's going to be legal, learn how to plant the hemp? You know what I'm saying? That we can become self-sufficient. See, these are things that I know that I can do, and yet when I go out to try to network, if you will, when they hear a Umar, that totally shuts me out. People like that, they don't care. They don't care to realize how their negligence affects others that may be in their field trying to do something similar. You feel better now? It seems like you winding down.
Yeah, but not only do they not recognize how their negligence affect other people, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm
I
sorry,
would
they
love
don't
that.
even care that their negligence really affects other people. Cause that's what people really need to understand. These big name people, they don't care.
Yeah,
They think you're shit. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? They think they're the smartest people in the room. Uh, it's really horrible the
yeah.
way they view other black people. It's just like we was talking about the mayor of New Orleans, right? When they come in seeking all this black approval. When you give them all of this damn black approval, know who they end up worshiping and wanting to get validation from? The others, the
The
white
others.
people. Shit. So they come in off the back of you, right? But their ultimate goal is to get the other people approval. And we go through this shit year in, year out, every 4, every 6 years, every 8 years. And it's like, when we gonna just get tired of it? You know?
But Mule, it
So
seems like we'd rather, instead of us investing in us, it seems like we'll just rather just give them money. Like, what is that about?
I don't know. But I mean, like I said, I'm just to the point where I personally, the mule, I'm sick of all the shit. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm sick of all of it. You know, every time you turn around, it's just we get played. We vote for these politicians for what? For them to play us. So I'm tired of them. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can definitely hear. I'm nodding. I'm just shaking my head because here's the thing. We have to start from the ground up, right? In order for us to get the right people that are in there. And this gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. We have to start with our kids and our young teenagers and help them understand, yeah, you may be feeling some kind of way and it's jacked up what's being done to you. If you get inside of that, you can be that change. That's
Yeah, that's
something that
true.
you're not really, you know what I'm saying? We're not really investing as much time in that as we need. Like the firefighters, the police officers, the mental health professionals, all the first responder people, when you think about it, they more look like the others. And the way that we can counteract that is start recruiting our own, kind of molding our own so that they're more of us that looks like us that's coming into our neighborhood.
And you're right.
And not to derail y'all conversation, but it's kind of the same. Kaishan, you have to go watch the Fox Soul broadcast. Um, there's another guy on there besides Dr. Umar. Well, Umar, and he has a book, and you have to look at the cover of this book. I'm waiting for the drag on the cover of his book. It's dedicated to the black family. He's supposed to have the solution to the black family, but check out the cover of the cover of the black family that he
Girl, what's
has
on
on
the
it.
cover? Do they got a white woman and a black man?
The man to me looks like he's non-ADOS. He looks like a non-ADOS black man.
Uh-huh.
And the woman is clearly biracial. Clearly.
Baby. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, what's
Clearly.
his name? What's his name?
Oh,
Incognito.
oh God. What is his name? It's something Brown. Something Brown. Um, if you go to Themis and Thought, if you go to his community wall, he has a picture of the book on his
What's his name?
community
You
wall.
said Themis. How you
Themis,
spell?
Themis.
Okay, thank you. Is it like
And I
that?
think you I think you would like his channel. I want you to kind of listen to him a few times to see how you like it. Because he
Okay.
he to me is very intelligent, and he's definitely for black women for sure. And he
Okay.
does not curse, and he demands character on his panel. So I love him for that.
Okay, I will, because that's
But
important to me.
but
To
check out his community wall. That was the guy that was on the panel with with Umar Johnson. I'm gonna get that out of my mouth. And
Hey, hey, sugar
that's his
bomb.
book for the black family. But that family is not all black. Let's say that.
are you serious, Incognito?
Hey,
Yeah, I'm gonna
hi,
check that out because
flapjacks.
that's like a slap in the face, right? That's like a
Yeah, I'm
slap in the
telling
face.
you. Yeah,
Like
I'm waiting for the drag on the cover of his book.
if I had enough
He's
people,
he,
I'd drag him. If I had enough people, I have a whole like 20 people and like two people come, which is cool because I haven't done too much on it, so it's on me. But this is the kind of stuff that again, that's counterproductive. And I hope Sin got it in him too. I'm gonna watch it because of Sin. Listen, let me just tell everybody, no, I'm not subscribed to her or anything like that. Because she went somewhere else with the stuff, and I just wasn't feeling that when she was with the white supremacy stuff and breaking it down. I was like, yes, 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 right.
I
Uh,
am. I am still
I,
always
and
subscribed
that's
to
okay.
Cynthia G.
And I
But let
don't
me
knock
just
her.
say this here.
Yeah, I don't
I
knock
just
her
want to
now.
say hey to Flapjacks. I want to say hi Flapjacks. Thank you for joining. I want to say thank you to Sharice for holding down a chat. Girl, you so held down a chat damn near by yourself, sister. I see I'm Goofy too. Sister Sugar Bum, welcome, welcome. So I'm glad you came. I am so glad that Miss Keyshawn Wilson graced us on the panel and that
Hmm.
Sister Incognito came through with all her information. But I am going to definitely watch what is the two programs I'm watching? I'm watching Cynthia G,
Fox.
Fox Soul, and I'm
So, uh-huh.
watching Sharice said, what else I'm watching? I just wrote it down in my notebook, y'all.
The
But
demons,
anyway,
maybe.
I think,
oh yeah,
well, I just
no,
want you to go to his community wall
uh-huh,
to um to look at the title of that book. And then there is a debate on Themis's channel that
uh-huh,
Cynthia had, Cynthia Themis, and the man was called, he was a manosphere dude. It is a great debate. It's worth the watch.
Okay.
It is a great debate.
a
And one thing I like
manosphere
about
guy.
the one, yeah, he's a manosphere guy. And the one thing I like about Themis, I'm a Cynthia
Mm-hmm,
G sub too, Tyshawn.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing I don't like about Cynthia is when Cynthia is challenged, she does a lot of over talking. She does over talk people, and she cuts them off, and she doesn't let them, quite finish their points. Where Themis doesn't do that. He doesn't. He lets people. He'll let you get it out. Now, if he feels like he's gonna ramble or go on a rant, he will cut you off. But he will let you get your point across.
I think I heard Taz kind
So
of.
that
I never checked this
there's
guy
a debate.
out, but I think I
I
heard
don't know
Taz
the name
going
of the
in
stream.
on one
Somebody
dude.
was reviewing it today. I
I'm
somehow
not
missed
sure.
it.
I'm not sure. It might not be the. I don't know. But that's the person who I think last week or the week before last I heard. I'm
and
not
and
sure.
I and let me just say,
Who?
I that's the thing that I started hearing more of with Cynthia, and it took
Hmm.
away from me because she's an intelligent sister, man. I'm trying to tell you that how she break them stats down and things like that is the bomb. Like for real, I'm not exaggerating. And yet
Yes.
sometimes it seems as if when, like you were saying, when they came with something, it was like a shutdown. And she's too intelligent. Not that she's all that. I mean, trying to put nobody above nobody, but I'm saying
Right.
the some of the
But
questions
she,
that they would come
the way
to is
she
just
acts on Fox Soul is to me is the way she should handle her own
th-
panel.
and that's how
Now I
she
know it's
was
her.
though back in the day. But see, that's how she was back in the
Okay.
day when she was doing the white supremacy thing. Even with the when she would get backlash, it was so like matter of factly, just matter of factly, just matter of factly, And it wasn't where not saying it's emotional, but it was a shut. What I'm seeing now as a response is a shutdown. If there's any,
Is a
if
shutdown.
something,
Yes,
yeah,
and
if there's
that's
something that and so that's and that's anyone. I don't want you all to think that it's just CNG. No, 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 no. I've stopped watching a few political people too because of that.
oh
It's
yes, honey.
important for us to hear different perspectives, even though we may not agree with them, because I'm about diversity, right? It's not going to take away
Right.
from what I believe or I've studied or I've researched or my lived experiences. It's just adding to. I'm hearing your
Hmm.
perspective and how you see things based on your lived experiences. And it seems like with sin, it shifted a little bit. And,
Yeah.
and and that's not what and I'm gonna be honest, I was spoiled. That's not what I was used to. And I thought,
Right.
and then when she got
And and
truthfully with the
and
other
that's the
two,
that
I was like, because I didn't even know those other two, but when I heard them together, it was something about my spirit that did not go
did.
with the
I'm
other two.
telling you,
And
and
then when it
that.
came out, I was like, oh, that's what it was. My intuition and my spirit was like, Because here's the thing,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. And I know that it's the cyberspace type of thing. However, the ethics and the character and the moral compass of a person, whether cyberspace or real life, it still matters to me. And if you can associate with those
Yes,
types of people that did those types of things to a young lady and different things that you've done, that's not that it's just unequally yoked for me, right? So that's
absolutely.
kind of
Thank you, Kashan, for saying that. Thank
yeah,
you for
that's all.
saying that because the behavior, there was always a way, as the words, because on that particular those particular streams, there was a lot of vocabulary that the chat came up with. The nigger splaining, yeah, that one always has a way to nigger splain away uh, what they did. You can nigger explain very well what you did, but and you are the unicorn. And see, and that was my problem. How can you ladies then go talk about the Red Supremes and all these other ones that's calling us B's and H's, or B's and W's, however you want to spell it, and use every opportunity to call a woman out of her name. Anytime I feel like that he gets the chance, uses every opportunity to do that. So to me, you disingenuous. You're not truthful. And to be honest, I honestly think that person has a problem with women.
That's an
Has a
understatement.
problem. Hmm. Go ahead, dear. I don't mean to cut
No,
you
no,
off.
you go on. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead on. You right. Keep going. I'm listening.
Yeah, but that person has a problem with women, and then I think a lot of the chat. I said this in someone else's chat. A lot of that chat is afraid to move or to be seen anywhere else. So I think they listen, but they hang out in the clouds because dare not let him catch you. Dare not let him catch you in a chat of an op. Or you're going to be crucified. You're going to be crucified. And trust me, there are people that I've seen other places that were stone cold supporters. But I think they starting to come to the realization too. This is no unicorn here. This
And
is
not
no
only
rarity
that,
here. It's
and not only that, incognito, and this goes back to the other scenario. Like that happened as a child. This man's behaviors have been like that as a man, and yet we are
as a
saying,
man.
and we're saying by continuing to follow him that that's okay. And
Exactly.
me, it's just Keyshawn. That's just my thing. I can't. I'm not okay with that, and so by default, I can't be okay with her because you're being complicit. And
Mm-hmm.
I can see if you're being around you who's more calm. Like she don't come out her face and say no crazy crap like that. She's very, for the most part, she's very calm, very intellectual, and stick to the facts, if you will, right? And she says it in a
Mm-hmm.
way that is also funny because it's so true, right? And yet you're with someone that at any given moment can just start calling someone bees and and
Exactly.
it's like
The
you're held
the
hostage, and
and let me
I
tell
don't want
you,
to feel I don't want to go into an environment there's a potential for me to feel like I'm a hostage in cyberspace. Like
in
no.
cyberspace, you feel like you're a hostage. And that's why I wanted to thank Koja. I think she's had already left the stream, but I wanted to thank her for that because when I let me tell you, I stayed subbed for a while. But when I heard the attack, when I that's what did it for me. When I heard the attack on Themis, unwarranted, unprovoked,
Mm,
and then for you to be as disrespectful. I mean, the took every word, every foul word used for the LGBTQ community, every foul word he used.
mm.
And to me, as Black people, you need to be over that by now. Not saying you have to agree with that lifestyle, but let people live. Damn it, let people live. I can't project my lifestyle onto anyone else. but let people live. And to me, that was uncalled for. It was disgusting. And then for your wife to get up there and try to make her explain for you. But even then, I could see she was getting tired. She was kind of done. But it was just it was I just wanted her really to just be quiet because at that point he had done it. At that point he had done it. He had done it for me. I was like, this makes no sense. This man has not provoked you. This and then to blame. Then what really pissed me off, Mew, because you was over there when I was over there. What then to blame the people in your chat for how your channel, the direction your channel took when you allowed it? When you sit up and let women take over panels and do these things, and then now it's the women's fault that no men come over there? It's
Mm,
the women's fault? Come on.
wow.
I'm just so I was sick of it. I'm tired of you saying everything is somebody else's fault. I did this and this. That's my ex husband. I did this because you did that. I did this because you did that. Come on.
On that, I actually had heard the private chat's name before I got to hear him, and the
Mhm.
person that was referring to him was that other person that linked me to Bob, which I mean Bob, which I'm thankful